Gunshots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. This happened near the 1100 block of Andalusia Boulevard in Cape Coral. Police say shots were fired into a home. They say no one was hurt. We're still working to find out if anybody was arrested. More holiday traditions canceled. The city of Naples says they are saddened to take the actions to cancel both the Christmas parade and New Year's Eve fireworks, but it's out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19. Cape Coral has also announced it's canceling their Christmas tree lighting and New Year's Eve fireworks. Lake County has yet to make their decision. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Traffic is pretty smooth for the most part right now. There's a slowdown in North Cape on Embers heading westbound to Burnt Store Road, but very nice on Veterans Parkway as well as Cape Parkway heading towards both bridges. Traffic is slowing in Fort Myers already on Daniels Parkway heading west of Tree Line to I-75. And in Estero, the slowdown is on Three Oaks north of Corkscrew Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a chance for some quick spotty rain as it would be coming in from the east and pushing west. A little bit more humidity. Temperatures bumped up with a combination of clouds and sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. Also a chance of rain as we hit Friday and the weekend. Breezy to windy as temperatures remain in the 80s. And then Monday, Tuesday, we watch the progress of Ada. How close, how far away does it get? Those models are still going to be ironing things out over the next several days, but Wink News will keep you posted. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
Rockstar Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons this week. That's right, 0% APR. And financing terms that can save you thousands on interest. Over 300 new and used Harleys in stock at Rockstar Harley, ready for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys this week. Word up, yo. Buy a Harley and pay zero interest. Rockstar Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Florida. It's the best time to buy at Rockstar Harley.
For perfect air and better health, call AC by Florida Comfort Systems. They're offering up to $13.50 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Linux system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 today. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live every day. You can watch this very program to which I speak to you directly through this microphone that I'm pointing at right now. Of course, you can't see the microphone if you're not streaming on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's, and you can subscribe to the channel. That'll help me to keep pointing at this microphone so that you can see me pointing when you're on the channel. All right, we got lots of people calling already, and I have no idea what you all want to talk about. Maybe you want to talk about the fact that we are in interesting times once again. It's so 2020 that we are going to today try to answer or ask the questions that many people are thinking about today. How is it that we have major news organizations that have decided to call races, to call states, when the ballot counting isn't finished yet, and making the assumption that their call means everything? It's almost as if, and I put this out on my Twitter account. It's, you know what it's like? Imagine this. Imagine if you're trying to drag states and Joe Biden along with these states, the dragging part. It's not a joke.
Not a joke.
I mean, literally, we're going to be dragging Joe Biden into the presidency. Sorry, I threw up in my mouth a little bit there. And we're going to get to some of the things that we can expect with the Joe Biden presidency. We need to talk about that if that's going to happen. But dragging him through the media, not through ballot counting in the states. We're going to drag him across the finish line with the media. Everybody cheers and say, yes, here it is. Joe Biden wins the presidency because the media says so. Democrats step up. Joe Biden puts together a transition team even before we have all the ballots counted and even before we have the legal challenges. It's almost as if you're trying to set the world on fire, to say that once again, Donald Trump is trying to steal an election as opposed to the other way around. You see how that works? It almost feels like this is way too coordinated. When you have places like New York City yesterday, when you have Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when you have Arizona, areas of Arizona that are destroying private property, here we go, and looting and burning of trash bins and spitting in police officers' faces in places like New York City because they want to, quote unquote, count every vote. Not count every legal vote. Not count every legitimate vote. But just count them all, baby. Doesn't make a difference when they came in. Signatures. Who needs signatures? Maybe the next fight needs to be all of us getting together and saying from now on, we don't need identification or signatures for anything. Why don't we just flip it? I mean, if Democrats are so confident and bent, I'd say hell-bent, but that's not right. Yeah, hell-bent on making sure that the integrity of the vote equals no postmarks, no signatures, no identification, doesn't make a difference when it comes to voting in this country, then why not make everything like that? Then why have identification for anything? Of course, we don't want that. The problem is that you and I, conservatives, constitutionalists, people who believe in the rule of law, we don't do that. We care about the rule of law. We care about all of these things. And, leave it to the president of the United States and the legal team, head by Rudy Giuliani right now, putting together an all-star legal team that's ready to fight all the corruption that's happening, to fight this to the very end, to not allow the media to come along and say, woo, victory, everybody. All right, let's get the parade going. Let's get Joe Biden. Hey, can you get Joe Biden out of the basement? Tap him on the shoulder and say, all right, it's you. You won. Come on, let's go. Can't wait for the second term of an 84-year-old Joe Biden. Won't that be fun, everybody? Did you hear what I said? All right. So we're going to get into a little bit of what Rudy Giuliani said about what will happen next, the states and where we are with the numbers. It's amazing how even CNN, you have to go to CNN, everybody, to find out what we all know, which is, hey, I hate to break this to everybody, but the numbers right now, as we're starting to count ballots in Arizona and do the count, it's looking like Arizona might have been an early call for Joe Biden, everybody. And if the numbers keep going the way they're going, CNN is admitting, not me. CNN is admitting that, hey, maybe Trump might have Arizona. Keeps going the way it's going, everybody. He might win the state. And if he does, everything pivots back to Pennsylvania, back to the East Coast. Because if he gets Arizona, he gets Georgia, he gets North Carolina, and he gets Pennsylvania, guess what, everybody? Guess who wins the election? And thereby, you think there's some chaos on the streets right now? Just wait. All right, we're going to get to all of that audio coming up, 239-479-5592. Why not take some calls early in the morning? We got some folks that want it. Richard's in L.A. He's bright and early. He's feeling, I don't know what he's feeling. I have no idea. I haven't talked to Richard yet.
Hello, Drew. How you doing?
You know what? I'm a little confused. I'm a little concerned. There are some firewalls that we'll talk about. But, hey, overall, what's up?
Well, I'm just curious on why they gave Michigan to Biden. When I'm looking at the Michigan.gov website right now for the elections, and as of 11:20 last night, Trump has over a 3% lead.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got at a 4.6 million votes cast, and this is counting all the third parties.
Yeah.
He has 2,373,024, so he's got 51.7%. And Biden has 2,200,470 at 47.35.
Wait. Hold on a second. Where are you getting these numbers? You're getting them from where? What, democracynow.org? Where are you getting them from? Seriously. Is it George? Who are you getting the numbers from? Come on. What crazy place, Richard? Tell me.
Michigan.gov.
Oh. You mean the state's website?
Yes.
So the state's website right now is telling you that Donald Trump is ahead. Maybe that's a mistake. Michigan, they don't really. Are you sure about that?
Yep. As of 11/4/2020 at 11:20 p.m. That was the last update, and it says 81 of 83 counties have been counted.
Oh, that sounds like a fix. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. Well, look here. A couple of things, Richard. Hey, Jake, pull up the website that Richard. Yeah, Jake's doing that right now.
Okay.
A couple of things. Let's go over. Let's make sure we all understand what's happening here. Number one, why did the media call states early for Joe Biden without all the ballots being collected? That is the question. The answer seems to be that the thought process is to manipulate individuals when they go out to vote and make it look as if the president doesn't have a chance to win, so as to not have those day of votes, election day voters, which typically have been, according to all the statistics and the numbers out there, have been Trump voters from voting. That's the first thing. The second thing is, do you find it interesting that there are states right now where the president is in the lead clearly, and even states where it looked as if the president was going to win, like Arizona, where all of a sudden they put a pause on the voting to say, whoa, we're 98, 95%. Well, hold on, time out. Almost as if those states are looking to say, well, let's give it a couple of days because everybody's tired. You know, it's really hard to do. You give me one state that's been able to count all the ballots that's bigger than us, Florida. Oh, never mind. And maybe we put a pause so we can what? Maybe find the difference and make it up. So, yeah. Oh, wait, Jake's got an answer here.
So they have Trump leading at 51%. With Biden at 47%, and it was updated 11/4/2020 at 11:20 p.m. and it updates in 10 minutes.
Ooh, all right. Well, we'll have an update in 10 minutes.
Very interesting, isn't it?
No, Richard, you have to stop. Can you please stop with this theory that? Okay, here's another theory that I'm going to put out there. If we want to get a little crazy, let's go there. You ready? Here's one.
Sure.
Do you think that there's a possibility that in the scheme of things where Democrats right now are scheming, this is me talking, not I'm doing this myself here on the fly. Is it possible that Democrats are willing to give up some states that have been called for Joe Biden, knowing that they're going to get one state in particular, maybe Pennsylvania, and it doesn't make a difference? You can have Michigan. You can have Arizona. Go ahead, take them. But we know that if we get Pennsylvania, you're out anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a possibility. Thanks for the call, Richard, and thanks for that update. That's the biggest problem, Jake. Jake, do you see what I'm saying?
That's an issue.
Yeah. Democrats, look, liberals, do you think the Democrats and liberals right now, the same Democrats that were willing to weaponize the federal government against an American citizen to stop a duly elected president from being elected and to try to have Hillary Clinton become the president of the United States?
I'm really offended personally.
She's back. Do you think that same party, that liberals, the way they act right now, what they have done in the past 4 years, do you honestly think that they would be willing to give up states to hand it to the president unless there was someplace else that they can go where they feel that they can pull this off? I'm just throwing that out there. So as you're starting to see some things, as you see CNN going, you know what, there's a possibility here that Arizona may flip everybody. There's a possibility that maybe we were wrong and maybe it is true that Arizona is closer than we think. I'm not kidding. CNN last night. Listen to this.
I believe he won that margin, that batch by about 18 percentage points. So that puts him there. That puts him there in that batch. If that continued, which we obviously don't know if it would, but if it continued in that pace, he would be on the track.
So if the president continues to perform the way he is right now with each batch, he would meet and beat Biden's lead.
At least meet. At least meet.
At least meet. So they're already starting to think, well, maybe Arizona is looking like it's going to be in the but that doesn't make a difference. We didn't think we'd get Arizona anyway. We've got other states. Do you see where I'm going with this? I wouldn't put it past them. All right, let's see. Jason's in Cape Coral. Jason has been sitting up and doing numbers all night long. Jason has not even been to bed in the past 48 hours. How do you do it, Jason?
Well, I'm on call most of the time.
Oh, you're okay. There you go. All right. Okay.
So I must and look at these really closely. And I was agreeing with the last caller because, I posted that same thing. Like I went to the Michigan website, made sure it wasn't a joke. Like I saw one of my other colleagues post it, and I was like, let me double check this, because sometimes people post stuff just
they get crazy, right? Yeah, they get silly and nutty. Yeah,
and sure enough, it is legit. So I was kind of blown away when I saw that, and I was like, what's going on? Like, when is someone going to say something about this?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? You've got William in the Cape who's also saying, you notice that Trump isn't ruffled by any of this. It's pretty interesting how they feel pretty confident. You don't hear the president freaking out. Rudy Giuliani's freaking out because he knows a lot of the things that have been going on that have been corrupt when it comes to the Bidens, and that's a whole other story. He's been on this program, so we know. But, yeah, thanks for the call, Jason. I appreciate it. So we'll see. I don't know. I do know that Rudy Giuliani has mentioned, and we'll play the audio coming up, but I wouldn't get too ahead of myself because, what did he say?
We have filed a lawsuit. The lawsuit actually required that when these mail-in ballots that are highly suspicious anyway, this form of balloting has always been considered the most prone to fraud.
Prone to fraud, really? Okay, well, when we come back, Jake, let's do it. Let's take a break. And when we come back, let's talk about a little of the fraud that's being perpetrated. I mean, let's talk about the possibility. Let's talk about what's going on, right? Some of the things that are happening in Michigan. Oh, look at this. A United States Postal Service whistleblower is claiming that the late ballots received have been backdated with postmarks to show November 3rd. Really? Project Veritas has. Oh, conspiracy. Conspiracy! Either it's true or it's not. It's an easy way to find out. And more. All right. You thought 2020 was going to be easy. All right. We'll get to your calls coming up. 239-479-5592. Streaming live with my pink shirt on today. You can see this, pink and dots. Jake hates this shirt. At Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. All right. It's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along. Traffic. Sabrina Katz.
Taking a look at the traffic cams, I-75 is packed. If you are heading south towards Bonita Beach Road from Corkscrew, make sure to use those turn signals. Keep everyone safe. Also, delays building in Collier on Green, heading eastbound towards 951, starting from Santa Barbara. And traffic slowing on Davis, getting off of 951, heading towards Radio Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 85 degrees with a chance for some spotty rain, combination of clouds and sunshine, breezy. Then into next week, specifically Monday, Tuesday, we watch to see where the ultimate track of Ada does go. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The pandemic claims another business. The pet food and supplies retail chain Pet Value, announcing it will liquidate its U.S. operations. That means shutting down 358 stores and warehouses. If you drive a Ford 350K Explorer, look for another recall notice. The company says suspensions in the 2013 to 2017 models could fail. Ford's recalling more than 350,000 of the SUVs involved in 2 previous recalls. And stocks rallied as Democrat Joe Biden gained in swing states. The S&P 500 jumped 74 points or 2.2%. The Dow rose 367 points and the Nasdaq soared 430 points or nearly 4%. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
What's the perfect gift for every guy this holiday season? Untucked shirts. They're the comfortable, easy-to-wear styles every guy loves. That's because untucked shirts are designed to be worn untucked, so they help guys to look sharp and feel comfortable. Who wouldn't love to unwrap one of our iconic button-downs in best-selling fabrics like super soft flannel, wrinkle-free cotton, and performance with stretch? Use code RADIO for 20% off your next purchase at any Untucked store or at untuckit.com. Untucked. Shirts designed to be worn untucked.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right, all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Here at Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, we focus on back and neck related conditions like stenosis, sciatica, neuropathy, and bulging discs that can cause weakness, numbness, or pain. Being an innovator in non-surgical techniques, I have developed unique and extremely effective spinal decompression protocols for overcoming these chronic and debilitating conditions that don't involve any medications or surgery. This 3-step VAX-D spinal decompression approach uses a patented computerized table that decompresses the spine to gently remove pressure off pinched nerves and increase blood circulation to the area. For young or old, and so comfortable that most patients almost fall asleep while on the table. No hanging upside down. With this award-winning technology, back and neck pain can be a thing of the past. We always offer a no-obligation consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
Trust.
Breaking news as we begin
always
tonight.
trust Wink News for the latest information.
Weather is the news tonight.
It can't be bought. It can only
be earned.
In Fort Myers, Naples. Wink News now.
Over the past 65 years, as a local news leader, Wink has worked hard to achieve your trust. We're family-owned. We're invested in Southwest Florida. We live here. We raise our families here. We are part of the community we serve. That's how we've built your trust. Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
We've got mail. It's your mail, you guys.
We're opening up Rachel's mailbag.
How can he groom his beard? Oh my goodness.
And answering all your questions.
I'm going to use a box color.
From a Zoom groom with the king of Quaff, Kyan Douglas.
I wanted you to check out John's beard.
To saving bucks on the 2 biggest monthly bills.
You can save hundreds of dollars a month.
Plus, clean out your fridge with the heartiest of soups. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. Every RV is posted with our everyday low price. Top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. A new Winnebago intent motorhome, number A06509, is discounted over $37,000. If you're thinking it's time to check out RVs, think La Mesa RV. I-75 at Luckett Road in Fort Myers, or LaMesaRV.com. All advertised prices plus tax tag title and $9.95 dealer fee. Offer expires day of ad.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshares. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-780-5959. 800-780-5959. 800-780-5959.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these 3 things happen. Now, if you answer yes to all 3, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all 3 questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
For perfect air and better health, call AC by Florida Comfort Systems. They're offering up to $13.50 in rebates plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Linux system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 today. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds of up to a gig. Bounce forward with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. To learn more, go to ComcastBusiness.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
It's our November clearance event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. Every new Kia available with no money down and no payments till February 2021. Select models with no interest financing for 75 months. And exclusive of that offer, 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease, $49 per month. That's right, $49 per month for a new car. 2020 Kia Rio LX, just $13,990. New Kia Sorento LX V6, $8,000 off. Plus at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
24-month lease, 12,000 miles per year, $39.99 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval expires month end.
In choosing the law firm to represent you, pick a firm that's been around a long time. I've seen so many come and go.
and pick a firm with the financial strength to give you the best chance to be fully compensated. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Whether it's a car crash case or an insurance dispute, you need a firm which can match the other side dollar for dollar. Let us fight for you.
There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. All of Southwest Florida's counties are gearing up for rain and wind from Tropical Depression Ada. We saw 3 tree trimmers cutting palm fronds in Lee County. Crews are cleaning out the swales as well. Road crews are making drainage improvements to Collier County neighborhoods that flood often during storms. And homeowners are asked to check your ditches and your drainage gates on your property for any debris. A 14-year-old boy is dead and his 16-year-old sister is in the hospital after a crash in Alva Wednesday afternoon. FHP troopers say the 16-year-old driver was trying to make a left turn from Palm Beach Boulevard onto Broadway Street when they ended up in the pathway of a box truck. You'll have to wear a face mask inside Punta Gorda businesses and city buildings through next spring. City Council voted unanimously to extend its face covering ordinance through the end of April, but a state order prevents local governments from enforcing face mask rules. Cities and businesses can still require them, but no one can fine you for not wearing one. Still, no decision on who will be our next president. Joe Biden leads with about 50% of the popular vote to President Trump's 48%. Right now, according to the Associated Press, Biden has 264 Electoral College votes. President Donald Trump has 214. Gunshots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. This happened near the 1100 block of Andalusia Boulevard in Cape Coral. Police say shots were fired into a home. They say no one was hurt. We're still working to find out if anybody was arrested. More holiday traditions canceled. The city of Naples says they are saddened to take the actions to cancel both the Christmas parade and New Year's Eve fireworks, but it's out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19. Cape Coral has also announced it's canceling their Christmas tree lighting and New Year's Eve fireworks. Lee County has yet to make their decision. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
Taking a look at the traffic cams, I-75 is packed. If you are heading south towards Bonita Beach Road from Corkscrew, make sure you use its turn signals. Keep everyone safe. Also, delays building in Collier on Green, heading eastbound towards 951, starting from Santa Barbara. And traffic slowing on Davis, getting off of 951, heading towards Radio Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a chance for some quick spotty rain as it would be coming in from the east and pushing west. A little bit more humidity. Temperatures bumped up with a combination of clouds and sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. Also a chance of rain as we hit Friday and the weekend. Breezy to windy as temperatures remain in the 80s. And then Monday, Tuesday, we watch the progress of Ada. How close, how far away does it get? Those models are still going to be ironing things out over the next several days, but Wink News will keep you posted. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. If your air conditioner could call somebody to help them when they really needed service, they'd call Kobe Cooling. Your air conditioner knows that for real air conditioning service, you need a real NATE certified mechanic. And Kobe Cooling stands alone as having the only 100% NATE certified mechanic team in Southwest Florida. Why did we spend the time and money for this training? Well, we did it for you. We want you to have the best trained and best certified mechanic at your home to handle your needs. It's not required in Florida, but at Kobe Cooling, it's mandatory. So call the best air conditioning company in Southwest Florida, as voted year after year in the news press polls. Call 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Trust.
Breaking news as we begin
tonight. You can always
tonight.
trust Wink News for the latest information.
Weather is the news tonight.
It can't be bought. It can only be earned.
In Fort Myers, Wink News Now.
Over the past 65 years, as a local news leader, Wink has worked hard to achieve your trust. We're family owned. We're invested in Southwest Florida. We live here. We raise our families here. We are part of the community we serve. That's how we've built your trust. Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
We've got mail. It's your mail, you guys.
We're opening up Rachel's mailbag.
How can he groom his beard? Oh my goodness.
And answering all your questions.
I'm going to use a box color.
From a Zoom groom with the king of Quaff, Cayenne Douglas,
I wanted you to check out John's beard.
to saving bucks on the 2 biggest monthly bills.
You can save hundreds of dollars a month.
Plus, clean out your fridge with the heartiest of soups. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 3 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free total inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free total inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free total inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 1331790.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
But I was really disappointed with how the networks handled the call of the state of Florida. The fact of the matter is, if you wanted to be aggressive like they were in the other direction, you could have called it as soon as the early vote and mail ballots came in from Miami-Dade. There was no way Donald Trump was going to lose with just that number. I understand being a little bit more cautious, let some votes come in. But by 9:30, this was in the bag.
This was in the bag. Good question. Governor Ron DeSantis there yesterday at a press conference wants to know from the media, why in the world did you all take so long to call Florida? Here we were sitting here on election night, knowing full well what was going to happen, what was out there and what was taking place, and yet nobody would call the state of Florida. Why did it take so long? And I think we all know why it was taking so long. And here's the thing. Number one, we all have to realize that it's not the media's job politically to call races. When the media says, oh, Arizona's Joe Biden, congratulations, you won the state of... No, not until the state certifies it. Not until all the... Right, I mean, count every vote. Let's go, count every... No, we don't count every vote anymore. You see, it's funny how now we are in a place. By the way, hey, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. I'm Drew Steele. If you would like to call, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line streaming live on YouTube. I can't even say it this morning. At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to do this any longer. Maybe. But still, please subscribe. It helps to keep this going. We've learned something here, haven't we? We've always allowed, I mean, at least for as long as I can remember, we've always allowed the media to make the call about who won a state and who didn't win a state. And then said, oh, well, I guess that's it. I mean, look, if the media tells us that the state of Arizona is Joe Biden's, then there's no reason to even bother to continue the count. Yeah, those days are over. That's the first thing. The second thing is, Governor Ron DeSantis was bringing this point up as well, and a lot of people talking about the state of Florida. How is it that the third largest state in the nation is able to successfully count ballots, have everything done here in the state in the same day, and you have multiple states across the country that somehow can't get their act together? You know, you have two choices. Right? You look at the state of Pennsylvania. You need until when to decide? North Carolina, we may not know. There are people that are saying we may not know North Carolina until November 12th. Why? Why do you need to wait that long? Oh, well, it's COVID. It's the amount of ballots. I mean, so you have there's two schools of thought here. There's no middle ground, everybody. Either your state is unbelievably incompetent and you have leadership that needs to be changed at the state level desperately because you are incompetent, or it's fraud. There's no middle ground. I mean, is there? 239-479-5592. How do you have a state the size of the state of Florida, the third largest state in the union, and in the third largest state, we're able to have the election called by on the same day, and yet these other states, it's impossible. Knowing full well what was happening in the country. You want to go through mail-in ballots and the extraordinary amount in the United States Postal Service, which, by the way, anybody want to question why a US Postal Service employee from Michigan has reportedly turned whistleblower, telling Project Veritas that his supervisor instructed mail carriers to collect and segregate new ballot envelopes received after the election cutoff so that they could be fraudulently backdated with a November 3rd postmark. Now, look. Either this is true or it's not. Either you want to find out what's going on in Michigan or you don't. Either you believe that if you've been on the Twitterverse, if you've been on the social media verse, you have witnessed this for yourself, that they were covering up the areas where they were doing ballot counting in Michigan, where they were putting whiteboard up so that people couldn't look in to see the poll workers who were trying to observe the count. They were literally covering up the window so you couldn't see what was happening. Either you think that that is acceptable or you don't. Either you want every vote to be counted or you want every legal, legitimate vote to be counted. There's a big difference. Now, for the libs out there, there's no difference. They're one and the same because, you know, when it comes to fixing and elections and, getting what they want, it's no big deal. I mean, they were chanting outside of the Detroit Absentee Counter Center. There's... They're telling people to stop the vote, stop the count. You need to stop this, but why? Why do you need to stop it? Well, here's one worker here. Listen. Here, can I play this? Here you go. Go ahead, play this.
An hour and a half.
Here it is.
When they showed up this morning, and if they didn't sign out, it's too bad. They don't have enough GOP people in there, and they won't let us in. I sit out there for 2 hours, an hour and a half. Won't let anybody in.
They won't let GOP poll workers in. They're refusing to let GOP poll workers in. As a matter of fact, at this same absentee center, they were applauding when GOP poll workers were escorted out. He says he's a lawyer, and he's describing the chaos that's inside the counting facility.
Flash the attorney card, doesn't matter. They're not letting anybody in. It's complete nonsense. They're boarding up the glass windows where you can see what's going on in there when people start filming. It is a complete nightmare.
It's a complete sham. Either it is or it isn't, everybody. All right, Jennifer in Cape Coral. Jennifer has the answer. Wait, do you know why the Michigan numbers are messed up, or do you have a question as to why they're messed up?
Well, I'm really confused as to what's going on, because how is it that they said that Biden won the Michigan count, but yet you go on the Michigan elections website and it shows that Trump won?
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we were
for the Senate.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on the break because when we opened up the program, we had Richard in LA who was looking at the same thing you're looking at. When you go to the election website there in Michigan, it says that Trump's ahead, and everybody is trying to figure out what in the world is going on here. Now, I don't know what's happening with the Michigan website. It is bizarre at best. But nobody's really understanding what in the world is going on in the state of Michigan, except, if you're a poll worker in Detroit, you're not allowed to watch and see what is going on.
That's completely uncalled for. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the right to be able to know what's going on.
Oh, come on, Jennifer. Do you really think you have the right to know what's going on in this country? No, you don't. No. No. We have a certain group in this country that tells you what you can expect and tells you who won states and tells you what to do. And then you just, like a good little girl, you just you listen and that's it. And just don't say anything. Just keep your mouth shut. Okay? Can you do that? Just be respectful, Jennifer. Be respectful of the process.
Oh, geez. I'm respectful, but I don't agree.
No, I know. I'm joking, but I'm only half joking. I mean, what I'm saying is really true, that's what they want you to do. What I'm telling you is don't. I'm telling you to question everything. And Jennifer, thanks for the call. I appreciate it in Cape Coral. That is a part of the question here. Look, I go on my social media feed. You probably are doing the same thing. And you're starting to see people that you know and those that are Democrats that are saying, oh, here we go. It's the conspiracy theories. Here goes Trump once again. See where the right in this country is trying to get the truth and the facts and now knows the game that's being played and the corruption that has existed and how you all have been good little lemmings and going along with whatever everybody says and says, oh, shucks, I guess I'll take my ball and go home. I guess we'll wait till the next time. We don't do that any longer because now we realize the game and we question it. And thanks to this president, we fight back. They on the other side are starting to scream about conspiracy theories. Like, you're all nuts. Every single one of you. You're all crazy. Mike's in Georgia. Mike, how's Georgia doing right now? Are we still going to have
I don't know, Drew. I'm in Macon. I'm a truck driver. I call.
Oh, it's Mike the truck driver. Yeah, you need to tell us it's you, Mike.
Oh, first of all, Jennifer's so cute, thinking she has rights. Isn't that adorable?
Yeah. Well, she does. No, here's the thing, Mike. Let's get this straight. She does have rights, and and God bless her for understanding that, and God bless her for wanting to question and fight back. It's the rest of the people that, you get it.
True. That was called sarcasm.
No, I knew that.
If you remember, I don't know if you heard that they reported the other day over here they were escorting poll workers and stuff out in Philadelphia also.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
They were throwing them out of the polling places.
Yeah, they weren't letting them come in, yeah.
I live in North Carolina, and this is all Governor Roy Cooper and the henchmen that he has in Raleigh that's doing all this stuff.
It is amazing how
if you remember right back in 2016, they paused that count too over here when Hillary was losing to try and find more votes for her also, but they weren't able to do it.
Yeah, I think they're going to try this once again. Mike, listen, thanks for the call. Oh, he had more to say. I'm sorry, Mike. You can call back. Yeah, there are a lot of questions about what's happening, what is out there. People. Did you see the text that just came across in Lancaster County? Mail-in ballot requests, 108,000. Mail-in ballots returned, 89,000. Mail-in ballots counted, 142,000. It's crazy. Here's a part of what's happening, right? And we're going to get to more of the numbers. We're going to get to more of the thoughts of how could Trump pull this off? I mean, is he right? We won this election. It's just a matter now of proving to everybody that that's the case as opposed to it being stolen from you. Here's something that's fundamentally the truth now as we head into break in just a little bit, and it's this. You're supposed to do what the left, the media, what they tell you to do. You don't get to question it. This is the lane. This is where you need to stay. And how dare you question what the media has put out there? How dare you question the integrity of the vote in these states? Are you kidding me? You're going to question the integrity of the voting in the state of Pennsylvania? Is that really what you're going to do? No, every vote needs to be counted. No, every legal, legitimate vote needs to be counted. Big difference. And it's because of this president, and everybody knows it, that we fight. I'm wondering how many Republicans, if they were in this position, would be fighting this right now, or if they would have said, oh, shucks, we lost Arizona. Okay. We lost Pennsylvania. All right. No, you're ahead in Pennsylvania. Yeah, but the count's not over, so we're probably going to lose. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tim's in Cape Coral. Hello there, Tim.
Hey, so a couple of things, and maybe you can help me sort this out.
I will.
Okay, so you've got voter registration that's not aligning with the number of votes cast in several cities. A, how does that happen? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. And then B, in a federal election, why wouldn't you have like a clearinghouse so that media don't get a chance to decide what state is called?
It's because the states are in charge. I mean, it's the states that decide. The states have the ability to. For example, that's been the problem and the complaint in Pennsylvania, right, Tim? The complaint is that in Pennsylvania, the state legislature said, "Listen, this is the way we're going to do it. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to do this. This is what we voted on. This is what we all agreed to." That we are going to vote up till Election Day, and then it was the lawsuits and the courts that said, no, we could do 3 days afterwards. We don't have to have postmark. We don't have to have signatures. They changed the rules on the fly against the will of the people of the state of Pennsylvania through their legislature. That's the difference. They figured out this way to do it, and because the states are the ones that control this, that's how it's gone down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But
I mean, whether we agree if it should be that way or not, that's a whole other subject.
I got it. But in a federal election, you would think you would have how airlines have a national clearinghouse where it's monitored by the government, all the flights in the air.
Yeah.
I wonder why we wouldn't have that. That's bipartisan. That's number one was the first question, though. Really, is how are these voter rolls not matching votes cast?
Well, I think I have your answer, Tim. I'll give you a simple answer. Have you heard about certain places where they are not asking for any identification? You've heard about that, right?
Yeah.
There's your answer. Your clearinghouse. Oh, your phone's kind of breaking up, but thanks for the call. There's there's the destruction of your clearinghouse idea, because we're all saying, listen, here's a simple remedy. You got to have ID to vote. You have to vote in person, and you got to have a signature. Oh, but that's an outrage. We've got to vote at least a week early. There's no way that we could possibly, in this country, in 2020, how could we possibly have everybody vote on one single day? That's an impossibility. Do you realize that there are... Well, no, we have accommodations. We have ways to do it. Well, what about the state of Florida? I mean, listen, we do our early voting here, and everything's been fine. Yeah, well, the difference between the early voting in the state of Florida and the early voting in other places is the people in charge, those that care about the integrity of the vote, and those who look at advantage through ways that are ripe with fraud. You see what I'm saying? Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube. Here we are every day with my ugly pink shirt on today at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel and stop making fun of my shirt. All right, are you ready to go? It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
The authoritarian Democrat governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, just issued an executive order that puts more burdens on Michigan businesses, which are struggling to keep their doors open. Almost every business that interacts with the public is affected. Restaurants, barbershops, hair salons, movie theaters, so on. They're now required to keep a detailed log of every person that enters their doors. They have to record the customer's contact information, time of arrival. This is supposedly for contact tracing. Now, if the business neglects their duties to act an enforcement agent of the state, there will be harsh consequences. Supreme Commander Gretchen Whitmer can punish offending businesses with 6 months in prison. She can impose fines of $1,000. Now, as you've seen, whenever it's suggested that local police should ask suspects if they're in America legally, the left has a fit. They say illegal immigrants should never be asked to show their papers to law enforcement. But in Michigan, customers of legitimate businesses are now being required to show their papers to the business owners who have been deputized against their will to act as law enforcement agents of the state. And not a peep of objection from liberals or their drive-by media accomplices. The only thing that Governor Whitmer deserves to be shown is the door as soon as she's up for re-election. Athletes nationwide talking about the relief they're getting from Level Select CBD sports creams and roll-ons from Cadenwood, the leader in CBD. Baseball legend Steve Garvey, with a National League record 1,207 consecutive games, uses Level Select CBD daily. He swears by it. Countless other athletes, including former quarterback Carson Palmer, PGA champion Ricky Fowler, find Level Select CBD helps keep them in the game. It works for them. It can work for you, too. Level Select CBD has a full line of products to choose from, all independently tested, made in the USA with 0% THC. Go to levelselectcbd.com. Use the promo code CBD30 for 30% off any of their CBD products. That's levelselectcbd.com and the promo code CBD30.
Not available in Idaho, Iowa, and South Dakota.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
The team at Best Home Services understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Has the little blue pill let you down? Our expert medical staff at mymensclinic.com can and will help. Guys, if you're suffering from ED, we can fix it. Even if you have tried Viagra and other drugs and they've failed you, we will help. Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED, even if you have other medical conditions. They're generally no problem. We know that hearing "we can try again next weekend" is tough. When what you want to hear is wow. We at mymensclinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you, thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at mymensclinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, mymensclinic.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. All of Southwest Florida's counties are gearing up for rain and wind from Tropical Depression Ada. We saw 3 tree trimmers cutting palm fronds in Lee County. Crews are cleaning out the swales as well. Road crews are making drainage improvements to Collier County neighborhoods that flood often during storms. And homeowners are asked to check your ditches and your drainage gates on your property for any debris. A 14-year-old boy is dead and his 16-year-old sister is in the hospital after a crash in Alva Wednesday afternoon. FHP troopers say the 16-year-old driver was trying to make a left turn from Palm Beach Boulevard onto Broadway Street when they ended up in the pathway of a box truck. You'll have to wear a face mask inside Punta Gorda businesses and city buildings through next spring. City Council voted unanimously to extend its face covering ordinance through the end of April, but a state order prevents local governments from enforcing face mask rules. Cities and businesses can still require them, but no one can fine you for not wearing one. Still, no decision on who will be our next president. Joe Biden leads with about 50% of the popular vote to President Trump's 48%. Right now, according to the Associated Press, Biden has 264 Electoral College votes. President Donald Trump has 214. Gunshots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. This happened near the 1100 block of Andalusia Boulevard in Cape Coral. Police say shots were fired into a home. They say no one was hurt. We're still working to find out if anybody was arrested. More holiday traditions canceled. The city of Naples says they are saddened to take the actions to cancel both the Christmas parade and New Year's Eve fireworks, but it's out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19. Cape Coral has also announced it's canceling their Christmas tree lighting and New Year's Eve fireworks. Lee County has yet to make their decision. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash at Summerlin Road in Pine Ridge still causing a delay northbound on Pine Ridge starting from Summerlin for a quarter mile. Also, commuters in Collier County, traffic is starting to get very busy on Immokalee Road, heading west of 951. Also, northbound delays on Everglades Boulevard, heading to Immokalee Road. And in Lehigh Acres, the delay continues on Columbus, heading north of 82, all the way to Centinela. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a chance for some quick spotty rain as it would be coming in from the east and pushing west. A little bit more humidity. Temperatures bumped up with a combination of clouds to sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. Also a chance of rain as we hit Friday and the weekend. Breezy to windy as temperatures remain in the 80s. And then Monday, Tuesday, we watch the progress of Ada. How close, how far away does it get? Those models are still going to be ironing things out over the next several days, but Wink News will keep you posted. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Run all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Movember. What an interesting way to look at men's health through the lens of a mustache. You can start off clean-shaven and then proceed to grow your mustache as a way to celebrate men actually talking about their health. Yeah, talking. When it comes to erectile dysfunction, talking is a great start. When you talk about it, you're one step closer to solving it. The next step? Metro Men's Health. Call us today and schedule your free evaluation, and let's talk about your ED and how you, like thousands of men, can achieve consistent, longer-lasting results with the new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. So this Movember, grow your mustache for men's health, and then let Metro Men's Health help you grow your relationship. Mention mustache and get your evaluation free, $150 value. Call Metro Men's Health and schedule your free evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or metromenshealth.com.
Indoor enthusiasts feel relaxed, comfortable, and happy in the great indoors. You can too with the perfect air that comes from the reliable, groundbreaking Lennox products offered by AC by Florida Comfort Systems. Right now, you can get up to $13.50 in rebates, plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox home comfort system. Call AC by Florida Comfort Systems at 239-774-5501 or visit online acbyfcs.com. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, think AC by Florida Comfort Systems, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number CAC 057065.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Hey, it's so nice to see you standing there. You look fantastic. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We're going to get to lots and lots of calls. People have questions. I have questions. You have questions. I have some answers. You may have answers. Together, we're going to be as confused as ever. Now, we'll figure things out. Also, we're streaming live on YouTube. You can see my ugly pink shirt. If you go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, just type that into the search bar. Subscribe to the channel while you're there, and many people watching. We appreciate it. Lots of comments there as well. We see all your comments, and I'll raise you some comments. I think that's a gambling thing. Oh, that's a Nevada thing. Nevada, a state where it's been called for Joe Biden, but we really don't know the results. But like other states in the union, it's the cool thing. It's what the cool kids do, everybody. You call the state before all the ballots are counted. And this way, you can have everybody just sit back and relax, and the election's over, and we made the call for you. We don't have to count all the legal, legitimate votes. The legal, legitimate votes, as opposed to counting all votes, which is why they're out there protesting and burning trash cans and destroying some property in places like Philadelphia and New York and Portland right now, because they want every vote counted. Every vote counted. See, that's what the left in this country wants. They want you to count whatever's out there. They don't care if it's dead people. They don't care if it's ballots that snuck up on you in the back of a truck, like we come to find out in places like Michigan, according to Project Veritas, and a whistleblower who says, hey, just want to let you know that the supervisor there at the United States Postal Service in Michigan instructed mail carriers to collect and segregate new ballot envelopes received after the election cutoff so that they can be fraudulently backdated with a November 3rd postmark. Now, either this person is a flat-out liar, and for that they need to be held accountable and responsible, or there's some truth to that, in which case you sure would like to find out, because you care about counting every vote. You care about the integrity of the vote, right? Yeah. A couple of other things going on here. North Carolina will not update its total vote count until November 12th. The state is crucial for the president's path to the victory. And as we speak right now, the president is ahead by about 80,000 votes. So they can't finish the count until November 12th. We have to extend it. How long? How many? 95% of the state's ballots are in. And they can't finish this until November 12th. Now, you can listen to those in North Carolina and those in a position of prominence all you want, and hear the excuses and go through the machinations and the dance. I'm dancing. Look at me dancing. You could do all of that all day long. And again, I bring this up because you've got the third largest state, the state of Florida, that was able to call the state or have all the votes counted, everything done in a timely manner. And yet North Carolina can't do it for another 10 days. I mean, they can't get it done until November 12th. So that's either incompetence or something else. There is no in between. There isn't. How do you do that? We didn't know. You didn't know what was going on. You didn't know about mail-in ballots. You didn't know about COVID. You didn't. Convenient how that COVID thing has worked out for some states and mail-in ballots, and all of a sudden the president might win the state. Hey, can anybody call? Hey, can we get somebody to call the state of Florida? Hey, CNN, can you call North Carolina? Can you call this now before anything's finished? Let's just call it. Seems like a lot of that's going on. Rudy Giuliani's having no part of it, and they're ready to file lawsuits. They want to see all the legal, legitimate votes counted, want to know what's going on.
20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100 years of one-party rule leads to corruption of all kinds. Voter fraud is one of the biggest because that's how you keep your power. But we're not going to let them get away with it. They're not going to steal this election. This election gets decided by the people.
It gets decided by the people, and we're not going to let them steal the election. That was at a press conference yesterday in Pennsylvania where Eric Trump came out and said, listen, we won Pennsylvania. It's clear we've won this, and now we have to it's almost as if the state of Pennsylvania knew that Donald Trump was going to win the state, and they put a pause on the election counting, on the vote counting, to see where they were, to get an idea of, I don't know. It would be really radical and outrageous for me to say it's almost as if they needed to figure out how they could count and find ballots magically in different places so as to change that vote total to go Joe Biden's way. I know that's outrageous and crazy. How dare I say that? That is that's very bad. Shame on me for suggesting that. I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying there are people that are suggesting that to me. I don't listen to those people, because that would be outrageous. Although there's a lot of that we're seeing. I wonder how Arizona's doing. You know, more and more we're hearing about the Arizona count. Well, what's going on there? Well, apparently Arizona is got some interesting situations going on that even CNN can't avoid. Hey, this lead for Joe Biden in Arizona is narrowing. As a matter of fact, maybe this might be something that the president could pull off.
I believe he won that margin, that batch by about 18 percentage points. So that should
puts him there.
That puts him there in that batch.
Puts him there in that batch, talking about Maricopa County and the latest that's been coming in.
If that continued, which we obviously don't know if it would, but if it continued in that pace, he would be on the track.
So if the president continues to perform the way he is right now with each batch, he would meet and beat Biden's lead.
At least meet. At least meet.
At least meet. Or beat. Interesting. Arizona was counted early? Yeah, I'd say so. Seems that way. So you got Arizona out there. You got Michigan, big question marks. I'm looking at some of the areas in Pennsylvania. There's a whole lot of red in Pennsylvania. And right now, as we speak, what are the numbers? Jake, can you double check and look at the numbers right now where we are in Pennsylvania? Because it's an interesting thing how Pennsylvania creeps closer and closer to Joe Biden's box. What you got?
Donald Trump holding at 50.7% and Joe Biden at 48.1%, and the difference of about 180,000 votes.
Getting closer and closer. The talk is that Trump should win by probably 30 or 40,000 votes. It would be magical, mystical, if it went any other way. So you've got Georgia, who in the state of Georgia, the president could pick up. You've got North Carolina, the president could pick up. You've got Pennsylvania, the president could pick up. You've got Arizona, the president could pick up. Guess what? That's a victory, everybody. That's why you don't hear a lot from the president right now. And that's why you've got a pretty confident Trump campaign that's saying, tomorrow we might have some answers for you. Is that the case? I don't know. What are you thinking right now? All right, let's go to George in Naples. He wanted to weigh in on the voting process. Hello, George.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing.
I got a couple points. First point was I was watching the Fulton County, Georgia. I guess the voting manager, or whatever his title is. Anyway, he was on TV last night with all of his people behind him, feverishly opening envelopes and doing all their work. And my mind went back to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, with all those workers back there opening boxes of chocolate trying to find the golden ticket. And I was waiting for somebody to jump up and say, I've got it, I've found it, I've got the golden ticket.
Hey, by the way, in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, actually the original, I'm not a big fan of that one. I'm a big fan of the original. In the original, wasn't there a fraud? Wasn't there somebody who said they had the ticket, but it actually wasn't the ticket? Remember, Charlie was like, oh, man, they found the last ticket. But then they were like, no, it's a fake. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, you might be onto something, George. Look at you. Hey, I'm looking at a picture right now. This is very interesting. This is somebody who's in the state of Pennsylvania, poll workers in Philadelphia. Look at them counting some of those ballots, and they're both wearing Biden-Harris 2020 face masks. Is that you could do that? I had no idea you're allowed to do that. Well, look at you. That seems fun. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of interesting video. I'm looking at a video right now from Raheem Kassam, who is the editor-in-chief of the National Pulse. Remember, it was the National Pulse that had that magical audio piece of Hunter Biden, who was saying, "Hey, listen, the big guy skimming the money off the top. What's going on? I'm together and I'm doing business with the communists, the Chinese communists. The spy chief there, and he's disappeared. Remember that whole thing? Yeah. So he's got a video here that he's retweeted. What is going on here? They've got a video of of poll workers, and it's almost as if the poll workers are it's some bizarre video. It's like they're seeing certain there are poll workers that are screaming at the ballots. They look angry when they see a certain ballot coming in, and it's going into an interesting pile, almost as if they're freaking out when they see a Trump ballot in there as they're counting, and there's a guy screaming at the ballot like he's angry and he's upset about it. What's he upset about? All right, let's go to Joe. Joe's at Cape Coral, and he's on his cell phone. Isn't everybody?
Hi, Drew.
Oh, hi, Joe.
How you doing, Drew?
I'm doing.
Good. My question is, I was watching on Fox News. Unfortunately, I was one of the crazy people that stayed up till 4 a.m. watching it. It was very interesting that they called Virginia for Biden when Trump was in the lead 50% to 48.4%.
Listen, election night, we had Seb Gorka on the program, and I was screaming at Seb Gorka about the Virginia race. They called the Virginia race with Trump ahead. I was screaming at him. He's like, what are you talking about? And then he looked, and then we were looking at some of the races there, the congressional races, and it's like, well, wait a minute. They're calling a congressional race for the Democrat when the Republican was up. And then everybody was trying to say, oh, well, calm down, because, listen, they understand that in Fairfax and in different counties that, look, the ballots are going to be heavily Democrat, and they understand the makeup of who's out there. And so knowing that there's more Democrats and Republicans, it's clear that, remember, that has been the narrative for as long as I can remember, right? Joe, you're on to something. Let's talk this out.
The thing was, it was only at 67%. I took a picture of it.
Right.
I sent it to you guys.
Right.
How are you going to have 33% Democrat? I highly believe that.
Well, follow me on this.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, you're right. Now, follow me on this, Joe, and you make an excellent point that we have to talk about, and thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Here we go. Ready? This is us together talking. For too long, we have trusted the media to make the call. We've trusted a media that, I don't know, how do you feel about media and trust lately? You realize that if you look at a list of what Americans trust and distrust, the media is at the bottom with cockroaches being a major source of love and affection as a pet. And then there's the media. That was a weird analogy. It's the first thing that came to my head, and it was kind of strange, but follow me. People don't trust the media. This has been the trend. And we have, for the longest time, said to them, hey, call this for us. Let us know, okay? Arizona, call for Joe Biden. Oh, gosh. Virginia, call for Joe Biden. Oh, man. 50% of the precincts. Well, they know something we don't. Okay. Yeah. Somebody just sent a text of what Joe was talking about from Fox News, and there it was. Fox News, the decision desk, calling it for Joe Biden in the state of Virginia, where Trump was up 69-20. What was it, 69-20? Okay, well, I need more context in that picture. I'm sorry. But the point I'm trying to make is we've let the media be the arbiter of who is and is not the one person that's going to win in a state, regardless of the final count. Until we come to realize that in an election year where they do not want the sitting president of the United States to win again, I'm just putting that out there. Let's just imagine. Let's dream. Let's have. I know it's outrageous, but let's just imagine for a second there's a media that does not want the sitting president of the United States to have another 4 years. I'm just making stuff up. That it would be interesting if they were calling races and we've trusted them to call races and we just say, okay, whatever they say. We don't wait for secretaries of state to confirm. We don't wait for all the ballots to be counted. We just assume that if a Democrat ballot is out there and there's more Democrat ballots that are coming from a certain area than Republicans, that every one of them is going to be for that the person in that party, and we don't ask questions. There's no crossover at all, ever. So that's to Joe's point. He's made a good one. 239-479-5592. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get to some more of your calls. That is coming up. Also, at 8 o'clock from the Blaze TV, Steve Deace is going to join us at 8:05. He has been incredible on the election watch and election evening on the Blaze. He was great. Made some incredible observations, and I'm curious to see today what Steve Deace thinks now after all of this and all the things that are happening right now, where we stand and where we're going. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5. Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Sometimes you want to get things done fast. There's a lot of things in your life you would like to happen in a hurry. How about getting that water that's coming out of your faucet fixed? Have great tasting water instead of water that tastes bad like chlorine or chemicals. You thought about what it's doing to your skin or hair? Well, you hear me talk about Pelican Water, Pelican now Pentair Water Solutions. You can take care of your home's water today by calling Max. Make the call. Thousands of people already have done this. Make the call today. You're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet with your new Pentair water treatment system. And there's a big difference when it comes to Pentair water specialists. Trained, Pentair certified, uniformed local experts like Max. He's awesome. They use state-of-the-art Pentair water tests so you can see what's in your water right there on the spot. The mobile showroom. You'll have a wider range of options to see in front of you, and they can maintain your system for you with their white glove service. Look, get it done now. Get it done fast. Call now for your free Pentair water test and save 15% on your whole home water system. Here's the number, 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR. Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? Tim Cooper at Health Plan Network can help. Tim has helped countless individuals and families here in the Fort Myers area save 30 to 60% on health insurance with super coverage. Tim recently saved a family of four $800 a month on their health insurance with a lower deductible. If you're uninsured, recently lost your job, on COBRA, or paying extreme rates for Obamacare or your work coverage, Tim will help you understand your options. If you meet the flexible guidelines for coverage, Health Plan Network will provide you the best coverage coverage at the lowest rate. Their goal is to give you peace of mind and the utmost in healthcare. Go to healthplannetwork.net and see for yourself, or better yet, call Tim, an expert with 23 years experience at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712. Go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net. A premium personalized plan managed and designed by you, not the government.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Trust means that you are reliable and honest every single day.
Trust Chris Safadi.
I want to make sure that every individual person can rely on us.
Trust Lois Tomey.
I love this community. It's something I take so much responsibility for.
Trust Jim Farrell.
My responsibility to the viewer is to be me, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to hype anything. Wink News has been trustworthy since 1954. It's earned day by day.
Weeknights on Wink News at 6.
On the next Drew Barrymore show. It's going to be deep, it's going to be fun, it's going to be funny. It's the cast of Friendsgiving. You had a baby while you were making this film.
I did. I still have them.
And let's face it, when your kids get pets, you get pets. The host of Unleashed, Gabriel Iglesias, all new Drew.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, "Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back, and we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm at their time of need is a somebody. I grew up poor, but my grandmother was like a queen to us. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. For right at 30 years, we have fought them in courtrooms throughout America. Our results speak for themselves. And always remember this: everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling tip of the day. There's only one Kobe Cooling in the whole world. We're the original Kobe Cooling. The only Kobe Cooling. That's KOBIE KOOLING at 239-482-1542. If you want real NATE certified mechanics with real training and real credentials, Kobe Cooling is your only choice. 100% NATE certified mechanics at your home to give you the best possible trained expert to handle your AC need. It doesn't make us perfect, but it does give you, our customers, the best available mechanic in this business. If you're not using a NATE certified mechanic at your home, you're missing out on the best. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. And always NATE certified.
Has a little blue pill let you down? Our expert medical staff at mymensclinic.com can and will help. Guys, if you're suffering from ED, we can fix it. Even if you have tried Viagra and other drugs and they've failed you, we will help. Studies have shown that we offer the most effective non-surgical treatments for ED, even if you have other medical conditions. They're generally no problem. We know that hearing "we can try again next weekend" is tough. When what you want to hear is wow, we at mymensclinic.com have helped thousands of men just like you, thousands more nationally. We can make one simple guarantee, and we do. See our licensed medical staff. If we can't show you positive results during that first appointment, that appointment is free. Guys, let's get the wow back in the bedroom. Guys, let's book online at mymensclinic.com or call 239-307-0125. That's 239-307-0125. Again, mymensclinic.com.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. All of Southwest Florida's counties are gearing up for rain and wind from Tropical Depression Ada. We saw 3 tree trimmers cutting palm fronds in Lee County. Crews are cleaning out the swales as well. Road crews are making drainage improvements to Collier County neighborhoods that flood often during storms. And homeowners are asked to check your ditches and your drainage gates on your property for any debris. A 14-year-old boy is dead and his 16-year-old sister is in the hospital after a crash in Alva Wednesday afternoon. FHP troopers say the 16-year-old driver was trying to make a left turn from Palm Beach Boulevard onto Broadway Street when they ended up in the pathway of a box truck. You'll have to wear a face mask inside Punta Gorda businesses and city buildings through next spring. City Council voted unanimously to extend its face covering ordinance through the end of April, but a state order prevents local governments from enforcing face mask rules. Cities and businesses can still require them, but no one can fine you for not wearing one. Still, no decision on who will be our next president. Joe Biden leads with about 50% of the popular vote to President Trump's 48%. Right now, according to the Associated Press, Biden has 264 Electoral College votes. President Donald Trump has 214. Gunshots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. This happened near the 1100 block of Andalusia Boulevard in Cape Coral. Police say shots were fired into a home. They say no one was hurt. We're still working to find out if anybody was arrested. More holiday traditions canceled. The city of Naples says they are saddened to take the actions to cancel both the Christmas parade and New Year's Eve fireworks, but it's out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19. Cape Coral has also announced it's canceling their Christmas tree lighting and New Year's Eve fireworks. Lee County has yet to make their decision. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash on Buckingham Road and State Road 82, slowing traffic westbound on Buckingham Road and delays on 82 if you're heading east towards the Lehigh Acres. The crash at Summerlin and Pine Ridge causing a little backup northbound on Pine Ridge, but the delays have definitely decreased quite a bit. I-75 is still up to speed if you're heading to and from Lee and Collier. Slow down in Estero on Corkscrew Road heading towards I-75 westbound. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a chance for some quick spotty rain as it would be coming in from the east and pushing west. A little bit more humidity. Temperatures bumped up with a combination of clouds and sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. Also a chance of rain as we hit Friday and the weekend. Breezy to windy as temperatures remain in the 80s. And then Monday, Tuesday, we watch the progress of Ada. How close, how far away does it get? Those models are still going to be ironing things out over the next several days, but Wink News will keep you posted. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Naples, and Marco Island. With 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000, that's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Let's talk the actual math of the Arizona vote, where it stands right now and what the trends are. There's 605,000 outstanding votes, an enormous amount of votes still to be cast. Right now, we have a deficit of 93,000 votes. Biden is clearly leading, but here's the thing. These votes that are outstanding are mostly election day votes. POTUS needs to win 58% of these remaining votes to make up for this deficit. Here's the election day trend in Maricopa County, which is by far the biggest county where Phoenix is, 62%. So it's very likely that we're going to eclipse the level we need and actually substantially win Arizona. But in addition to that, these votes are not all from Maricopa. They're also from the rural counties of Arizona, where we're doing much better than 62%, even into the 70s. So the math suggests strongly that we are going to win Arizona, and we will know as soon as Friday. Because of that, it's reprehensible for any news organization, Fox or AP, to call this state at this premature juncture. The president is going to win Arizona.
That is Steve Cortez there on his Chalk Talk that he does on his Twitter feed and saying, listen, according to the numbers, it looks like that could be the case, that if we're talking about Arizona, things are starting to change a little bit there, everybody. So what's going to happen in the state of Arizona? It is, like he said, reprehensible that at this moment in time that you would have news organizations, whether it's Fox or AP or anybody else, that they would stick to this calling of Arizona for Joe Biden right now. Just don't do it. Just say it seems kind of odd that they would stick with that, kind of playing out the clock to see, because if it does go that way, then what are you going to do? You're going to say, I see, we told you, or we were right all. I don't know what the answer will be. So see if that's Eben Brown, Fox News Radio, because he had some interesting numbers when it comes to the Senate races and some other things that are going on. So I wanted to get his thought on what was happening with that, because here we are with the discussion about, things that are happening in states and the presidential race, but we do have remaining Senate races and some of the balance of power changing. Evan Brown, Fox News Radio. There he is. Well, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
It is good to hear your voice. You sound chipper.
When am I not?
You are correct. I stand corrected, sir. All right. Oh, boy. You having fun yet? Of course you are. There's so many things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
Fun. I guess it's a perspective thing. It depends. Senate races. Look. If you are someone who is looking at the presidential race and saying, all right, for example, if Joe Biden were to win the presidency and the House remains where it is, when you're looking at the Senate, that's where if you are someone who's a Republican, let's just say, that's your firewall. Is it? How are the Senate races doing?
Yeah, it is the fire. Oh, by the way, if I'm a Democratic mega donor, I'm very angry right now.
With all the money.
Big time, right? Because hundreds of millions of dollars were spent on Democrats' efforts to unseat some very prominent Republican senators, and that just not only did it not happen, it wasn't even close. Mitch McConnell held his seat, 21-point spread above his Democratic challenger. In Texas, John Cornyn defeat his challenger by 10 points or so.
Wow.
Joni Ernst in Iowa. These are just some of them. Lindsey Graham in South Carolina. Did I say that one already? Susan Collins in Maine. She was supposed to lose and lose handily if you had listened to all the polling.
Yeah.
So anyhow, we have two Senate races in Georgia that are, first of all, how unique is it to have two Senate races in one state at one time, right?
Right.
And in this case, in Georgia, the first one, the one Senate seat that actually was up this year under the normal rotations, Sonny Perdue is leading John Ossoff, the Democratic challenger, by a little bit, but he's staying above 50%. Now, Georgia is one of these states that requires someone to have at least 50%, or else it goes to a runoff. If that race were to go to runoff, it'd be a runoff between the same two people. The other race in Georgia is the Georgia special Senate election, and that is because Kelly Loeffler was appointed to the seat held by Johnny Isakson, but she's now running to keep that seat, and she is losing so far to Raphael Warnock, a Democratic challenger, but nobody has above 50%. So that race looks like, and it's not even close. So that race will very likely head to runoff, and that runoff won't be till January 5th.
Oh.
So we won't have the full Senate makeup until January 5th.
Wow.
And provided that one works too, but it should.
Yeah.
So however, the Republicans will retain control, it looks like. And that's, for Republicans, it's an important check against the potential Biden presidency. And the House of Representatives, which will have 7 new Republicans in it at least. Republicans made some significant gains in the House of Representatives. They did not take back the majority, but they can point to, Republicans can point to their gains in the House, their maintenance of the Senate, in telling a potential Biden presidency that we have right to keep you in check.
Yeah,
we've got a mandate for this. So no, we're not going to confirm your judicial appointments, or we are not. A lot of any crazy bills coming out of the House, or crazy, from one perspective, bills coming out of the House could be dead on arrival in the Senate with good political excuse.
Right.
And that's for a lot of Republicans, that's going to be really important for them.
Yeah, and I would say
it also means that any attempts to impeach one of 3 Supreme Court justices appointed in the past few years is just not going to happen.
Right. There's a lot of things that will not happen. But I guess the question I have for you is specifically, so even with the race in Georgia, which let's say the Sonny Perdue race stays the way it is and he's there, but the Loeffler race goes to the recount on January 5th. If we don't know yet until January on that particular race, what do the numbers? I mean, in Alaska, listen, it's like 60-40 or 60-30 or something.
Yeah, Alaska is going to stay with the Republicans.
Right. But what do the numbers look like then?
To be honest with you, I'm not sure what's taking Alaska so long. Why things haven't been called in Alaska? That's very odd.
Yep.
But I'm not going to. I'm not going to sit there and wring my hands over Alaska at this point.
Right.
They're lovely people, wonderful state, but we'll get this figured out.
Yeah.
So we have what we have is a majority in the Senate, Republican majority that will be probably 2 less than what it was.
Yeah.
Because of Colorado and Arizona.
Right. I'm just wondering if the Loeffler race would end up in any way, shape, or form if it went to the Democrat, if that would make it a split, if that would be a direct split, that particular race. And the only reason why I
still think it would be, I don't have that number right in front of me.
Yeah.
I still think there would be a 51-49 in that.
Okay.
Case.
Yeah, because the only reason why I say that is because
if it goes 50-50, then a potential Vice President Kamala Harris would be the tiebreaker. So, or in that case, it should President Trump win, then Vice President Pence would be the tiebreaker. But but I don't think the Senate is changing hands. At this point.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm saying that is because from a political standpoint, here's a school of thought here. If Joe Biden were to win the presidency, and now you have the one race in the country that could decide the 50-50 split or the 51-49 split, and that is the Loeffler race. what kind of crazy money and time and effort will be spent
Time,
in
money,
Georgia?
and everything would be spent in Georgia big time.
It would be nuts. Yep.
It would be absolutely nuts.
Yeah. So if you think of the craziness is just going to go away in another couple of days or weeks, there's plenty of time for crazy.
Listen, 51-49 or not, I still think there'll be crazy money spent in this Georgia special Senate runoff anyway, because it's a Senate seat.
Yep.
Senate seats carry a lot more weight than House seats for good reason.
Mm-hmm.
We have we amended our Constitution because the Senate does not function as it originally was intended to. We amended the Constitution to allow direct popular election of senators. That was not the case when our nation was founded. State legislatures picked senators.
Look at you, a little history lesson, everybody, from Eben Brown. That's what we love about you. You bring so much to the table. I mean, it is it's sometimes it's fine dining options. You never know. It could be what does Eben cook today? That it could be some kind of.
The past couple of days, it's been pizza and junk food. But,
okay, well that's why I didn't ask.
And I didn't cook it. I ordered it. But.
Well, that's what we do, right? It's been a lot of pizza in the newsroom lately. That's for sure. All right, Eben Brown, Fox News Radio. You are the best. We got to run. I appreciate your perspective. Good stuff. We'll see you later.
You too, man. Talk to you later.
There he goes. 239-479-5592. I was going to mention that earlier, and here's what I wanted to say about that issue. It's so important to remember. The Senate is the firewall between what a Joe Biden presidency could be and could not be, where the craziest of craziest things that would be pushed by the House and then accepted and making its way to through the Senate and then making its way to the president's desk, Joe Biden, let's just say, only happens if Republicans do not have the majority. So that is going to be plan B. Trust me when I tell you, if Democrats cannot get the presidency the way things are going right now, concerned about fraud, concerned about the numbers, concerned about what's going on. It's crazy whether or not the president can pull in Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania to win the presidency. It's a possibility. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But if that doesn't happen, the next thing will be, how do we get it to a 50-50 split? Because there's a possibility that could happen. If all races stay the same, John James in Michigan is still in doubt right now. There are questions about that, even though the race has been called for the Democrat, but we don't know because of the numbers that are fluctuating. But trust me when I tell you, the Democrats will do plan B and anything and everything they can to flip whatever seats they have to flip to make sure they could get to that 50 margin so that for the 50 split in the Senate so that they can have the soon-to-be, possibly, Vice President Harris make the call. Scary thought. But it's out there. I think this is an interesting call I want to get to from Adrian in Naples before we get to Drew's College of Political Knowledge this morning. 4 questions on politics coming up. Adrian, first of all, your phone's making a little bit of noise. Are you okay there, Adrian?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm at work.
All right, there you go. All right, so Adrian's in Naples, and you have a thought on what's going on right now with this election. Give me your thought, Adrian. Go ahead.
My thought is that I just love President Trump, and I think the only failure he had in this whole time so far is that he underestimated the Democrats and how much they were going to cheat in this election. And he should have been putting your best offense is a good defense, making sure that every poll had a person, because we could have done that easily with all the people that loved President Trump. And I think that all these states that are called before they have 100% is ridiculous because, they were Democrat registered. There's a lot of Democrats who are voting Republican this time. So I don't think he should concede until he checks every ballot of every state, even in the ones we won.
Yeah.
So I just think that we even have more than they think.
Okay.
And we
Adrian,
just underestimated them.
All right. So, Adrian, I'm going to take the latter of what you said first, which is, yes, I agree with you that it is an embarrassment and how we are not even at the 99 or even 100% level of counting ballots and people are making decisions. That is because we have allowed the media to be the arbiters of who wins and who doesn't for so long that we take it for granted, as opposed to questioning even before in the past. Even in 2000, they called. I mean, look at that. There's a lot of calls that they make that they shouldn't make until secretaries of state validate.
Agreed.
That's the first thing. Okay, now let's go back to your first point. I will disagree with you. It's not about, and the GOP did have poll workers present in areas to witness, as they do right now. It is the left in certain major metropolitan areas that would not allow, even currently at this moment in time, those poll workers to enter buildings. They are denying them the ability to watch GOP members. It's happening as we speak in Detroit. It's going on right now. So it's not, and listen, Adrian, thanks for the call. I hear some kind of clicking or something. I don't know what that is. It's not that the GOP didn't have poll workers there present. It's not that the president underestimated. How could he possibly underestimate, knowing full well what happened in 2016? It's not that. It's that the left in certain major metropolitan cities are continuing to not allow the poll workers to watch. It's disgraceful. It's happening before our eyes. But, if you are on the left, if you're a Democrat, you don't see any of that. If you see it before your eyes, you don't care. You don't care. You want what you want. 239-479-5592. Time right now for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And we'll have a little bit of fun this morning on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I don't know. Caller number, Jake will pick the number. Jake says 5. Caller number 5 right now. You call, you play. Drew's College up next. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right. We are this station, this show, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash at Immokalee Road and Collier Boulevard caused a down power line, so it's shutting down the intersection. Traffic backed up for miles on Immokalee Road, heading out of Ave Maria and Immokalee. Avoid this area. Stick to Wilson, head southbound on Wilson to Golden Gate, and then take Golden Gate to 951. If you're heading towards Immokalee Road, avoid 951 as well. Logan Boulevard is still up to speed. There's a crash as well at Thomason Drive and Rattlesnake Hammock with westbound delays to Bayshore, and at a creep and crawl on Corkscrew Road if you're heading out of Bellaterra towards I-75. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 85 degrees with a chance for some spotty rain, combination of clouds and sunshine, breezy. Then into next week, specifically Monday, Tuesday, we watch to see where the ultimate track of Ada does go. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel.
Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our comfort specialists can handle any AC repair. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hundreds of happy customers all across Southwest Florida have already gotten the full original base MSRP for their trade-in. It's not too late for you to do the same, but only if you come see us here at Naples Nissan. Yes, you can still bring us that 5, 6, 7-year-old car you're driving now, and we'll pay you the same price that you paid for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yeah, so whatever it was worth back in 2014, that's exactly what it'll be worth now. But only at Naples Nissan. We don't care where you bought it from or if it was already used when you bought it. If it's a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, we're paying you the full original base MSRP for it. Go to naplesnissan.com and pick out your favorite new Nissan model. Then come see us on Pine Ridge Road so you can drive home in that brand new Nissan today. Get all the details at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
And now a game of commercial chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Oh, hi. Okay, guess we should talk about something. Kind of tough to be put on the spot. Not sure what to say. But I know what I'm definitely not talking about. Drivers who switch to Progressive can save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
If you were lied to when buying a timeshare and want out, you need my help. Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started the timeshare cancellation industry by exposing the ugly truth about timeshare and giving folks the straight facts. I've been fighting the timeshare giants ever since, so no one knows this industry better than me and my team. Today, we have 383 employees and have saved our clients an average of $65,000 in lifetime payments. Imagine putting those timeshare dollars back in your pocket. If you were told at a timeshare presentation that this was available today and today only, that timeshare was a great investment, or your maintenance fees will never go up, call my office now. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free information kit. 800-780-5959. 800-780-5959. 800-780-5959.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Monica. Monica's in Fort Myers. Hello, Monica.
Hi, Drew.
Hi. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question. Monica starts right now. Monica, you know the 2 senators here in the state of Florida, right? You know their names.
Am I supposed to answer that?
Yes. Your answer is not yes.
Rubio and Scott.
That is correct. All right, you got a associate's. Let's see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. The 3 rights that are declared in the Declaration of Independence, they are
freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Wait, let me say that again. The 3 rights in the Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence. The rights are
life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
You got it. All right, there you go. You got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Right now, as I speak to you, how many Supreme Court justices do we have?
Right now?
Yep.
There is 9.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. In the 60s, 1960 to be exact, we had the first televised presidential debate. One of the individuals in that presidential debate was John F. Kennedy. Who was the other one?
Richard Nixon.
That is correct. He sweated.
And everybody thought that
he was a sweaty. He was a sweaty guy. That's right. He was exactly. Congratulations. Even a little added historical bonus right there on the sweaty Richard Nixon. That's a whole. We've gone to a really weird place.
He refused makeup, and it cost.
Well, yeah, there you go. Well, congratulations, Monica. That was a fantastic job. You got yourself a PhD today on Drew's College of Political Knowledge. Why not hold on? Stay right there. Thank you for playing. We do appreciate it. How did you do, by the way, on Drew's College today? Did you do as well as Monica? You can text us at 239-479-5592. Coming up, Steve Dace, Blaze TV, is going to join us. We'll talk about the latest with these numbers that are out there in Arizona, what's going on in Wisconsin and Michigan, how crazy it is. And, I mean, is there a path? What are we doing? What are we looking at here? Steve Dace up next.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here in hurricane season. You know, it's upon us, and it's supposed to be a pretty active season for 2020. Get peace of mind from my friends at Generator Supercenter, the #1 Generac automatic standby generator dealer in the nation. You don't have to sweat the next outage. I've had my Generac for years. It is amazing. Get your free estimate on your Generac automatic standby generator today, in time for hurricane season, with expert installation and 24-hour monitoring. Generator Supercenter. Give them a shout at 204-3469. That's 204-3469 for Generator Supercenter.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Millennium Physician Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Black Friday sales event going on now at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Lowest prices ever on over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles. 2020 Jeep Renegade Trailhawk 4x4 loaded, $139 per month. Grand Cherokee Limited or Ram Bighorn Crew Cab lease for just $299 per month. That's right, loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited or award-winning Ram trucks. Your choice, just $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. And our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Jeep Adventure Days featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs and Grand Cherokee Limited for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42 monthly, 16,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax, title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand bar for 72 months, 0% APR with 0 down. Lender approval offers don't combine.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. All of Southwest Florida's counties are gearing up for rain and wind from Tropical Depression Ada. We saw 3 tree trimmers cutting palm fronds in Lee County. Crews are cleaning out the swales as well. Road crews are making drainage improvements to Collier County neighborhoods that flood often during storms. And homeowners are asked to check your ditches and your drainage gates on your property for any debris. A 14-year-old boy is dead and his 16-year-old sister is in the hospital after a crash in Alva Wednesday afternoon. FHP troopers say the 16-year-old driver was trying to make a left turn from Palm Beach Boulevard onto Broadway Street when they ended up in the pathway of a box truck. You'll have to wear a face mask inside Punta Gorda businesses and city buildings through next spring. City Council voted unanimously to extend its face covering ordinance through the end of April, but a state order prevents local governments from enforcing face mask rules. Cities and businesses can still require them, but no one can fine you for not wearing one. Still, no decision on who will be our next president. Joe Biden leads with about 50% of the popular vote to President Trump's 48%. Right now, according to the Associated Press, Biden has 264 Electoral College votes. President Donald Trump has 214. Gunshots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. This happened near the 1100 block of Andalusia Boulevard in Cape Coral. Police say shots were fired into a home. They say no one was hurt. We're still working to find out if anybody was arrested. More holiday traditions canceled. The city of Naples says they are saddened to take the actions to cancel both the Christmas parade and New Year's Eve fireworks, but it's out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19. Cape Coral has also announced it's canceling their Christmas tree lighting and New Year's Eve fireworks. Lee County has yet to make their decision. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash at Immokalee Road and Collier Boulevard caused a down power line, so it's shutting down the intersection. Traffic backed up for miles on Immokalee Road, heading out of Ave Maria and Immokalee. Avoid this area. Stick to Wilson, head southbound on Wilson to Golden Gate, and then take Golden Gate to 951. If you're heading towards Immokalee Road, avoid 951 as well. Logan Boulevard is still up to speed. There's a crash as well at Thomason Drive and Rattlesnake Hammock with westbound delays to Bayshore, and at a creep and crawl on Corkscrew Road if you're heading out of Bellaterra towards I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a chance for some quick spotty rain as it will be coming in from the east and pushing west. A little bit more humidity. Temperatures bumped up with a combination of clouds and sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. Also a chance of rain as we hit Friday and the weekend. Breezy to windy as temperatures remain in the 80s. And then Monday, Tuesday, we watch the progress of Ada. How close, how far away does it get? Those models are still going to be ironing things out over the next several days, but Wink News will keep you posted. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South makes windows that are energy efficient and hurricane resistant. You get both. If you have aluminum windows, it's time to get rid of yesterday's technology. New South is the factory and eliminates the middleman. Don't even think of buying windows until you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
For a limited time only, save 40% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Sometimes in business, the unexpected comes calling. From rent increases to increased orders to, I'm gonna say it, unprecedented times. But don't bounce back. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Bounce forward fast with internet speeds up to a gig, with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks, and with security solutions that help keep your connected devices protected. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. And bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with this amazing offer. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution from Comcast Business for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to get a $250 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra subject to change. Prepaid card offer ends 11/15/20 and requires business internet 1 gig double play.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Some people say bigger is better. When it comes to buying a home, a TV, or an ice cream sundae, wouldn't you rather go big? Insurance companies think that because they're bigger, they can pay injured people less than what they really deserve. But guess what? We're big too. As America's largest personal injury firm, we know that our size matters. If you're going up against a big insurance company, you need a big firm fighting for you. If we win big, you win big. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live. We are on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel and please stop making fun of my shirt. Listen, the shirt's fine. It's, I keep adjusting it now. I'm getting conscious about how I dress. Weird. All right. Glenn Beck had some amazing coverage election night. And to be quite honest, the big talk, even around here, was about Steve Deace and his contributions and all of the things that he has been doing with regard to the election and keeping an eye on the numbers and his fantastic show at Blaze TV. Steve Deace joining us right now on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. How are you, sir?
I'm well, Drew. How are you, man?
I appreciate a few minutes. Thanks so much. Boy, I got to tell you, there's so many things I have to ask. The first thing is, have we made in this country a huge, ginormous mistake in trusting the media for far too long to make calls on elections? We just kind of let them do it and believe what they say, and now it's come home to this moment in time. Is that a fair assessment?
I think that is the kindest way to describe what's currently going on.
Yeah.
So congratulations. I mean, you mastered the euphemism this early in the morning. That's a polite assessment.
Yeah.
But I don't even know why we need the media to call elections at all. I mean, if I'm watching a football game on Saturday, Do I need an announcer in the middle of the third quarter to call it? Or do I just need him to call the game and let me watch the results playing out on the field?
Yeah.
Same thing happens here. We have all the technology in the world. Everybody's got a device. Everybody's got a television. We can watch these results occur in real time unless you're in a boarded up a facility in Detroit where they're, shall we say, procuring votes. Barring that, the rest of us can actually watch the tabulations in real time. Why don't we just do that? Why do we need them to call races at all? And then if they want to get into, hey, these are the counties that are still outgoing that traditionally vote for one side or the other. Here's the path forward for somebody to win. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it could be rather difficult, blah, blah, blah. You want to do your analysis then, that's fine. But frankly, what went on Friday or Tuesday night, and I think every network, Fox News included, practiced voter suppression on Tuesday night in Arizona. I don't think there's any question about that. And then what went on in Virginia, I was losing my mind over that.
So were we. So were we. I was screaming. I couldn't believe they were calling.
Win, but when a guy's up by 300,000 votes with over half of the precincts counted, you cannot call a state. And then what happened is at 12:30 Eastern time, a local television reporter cited that they had overcounted Biden's sample by 100,000 votes. And then the Secretary of State's website went dark for hours. And then we were just told the next day, Biden went ahead and won Virginia. I mean, this entire process is somewhere from idiotic to shady.
Yep.
And neither one of those options is good.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if, and before we get into some of the numbers that you're seeing right now, we talk about Arizona and Michigan and what is going on with the campaign, the Trump campaign and lawsuits. I have to ask you this. Is this a year? I mean, certainly 2020 has been quite a year anyway, but this presidency has led to some of the things that we are witnessing right now when it comes to fighting back, when it comes to questioning some of the things that for the longest time we've been used to and accepting. That no matter how you look at this presidency and how you look at Donald Trump as president of the United States, personally or politically, the one thing I think we have to take away is, does any other Republican question the way we do right now? Or does a different Republican say, well, I guess we fight another day and we just take our ball and go home? I think, if anything, we have to make that realization right now, do we not?
I agree with you, Drew. I think, the current political era we're in with two major parties really dates back to 1880, post-Reconstruction in America. Since then, every candidate that has won Ohio and Florida but one has won the presidency. The one exception prior to what's going on this year right now is Richard Nixon in 1960. And that is considered by many people the most contested, challenged, corrupt, questionable election in that era until the Florida recount year because of what went on with Kennedy and the mob in Cook County in Illinois. And Nixon said after that election, hey, I don't accept the results, but we have to move on as a country and unify. Well, first of all, we were a lot more culturally aligned as a people back then. Secondly, Nixon had future political aspirations and didn't want to make it look like, he was being a tool. So he went away and then came back and tried to run for governor of California unsuccessfully. This is a different cat in Donald Trump. Yep. He doesn't care about any of that. I mean, for Donald Trump, man, it is go big. He's Danny DeVito in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Hit me. It's just, he's in this, it's go big or go home. I'm all in. I got Deuce 7 offsuit, all in. I got pocket aces. I'm all in. Because I just think I'm swinging a bigger stick between my legs than you, and I think I've got more money than you, and that you'll buckle. And sometimes it works for him, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
If you call his bluff, a lot of times you can beat him. But frankly, most people don't have the stones to call his bluff, and that's why he wins.
Yeah.
Well, what's happening right here is that if this were a conventional Republican, even a good one, a Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, they'd be toast right now.
Yep.
Toast.
Yeah, it's true.
The problem is, though, they're not up against that kind of guy. This is a game now of demagoguery, gaslighting, and that's his natural habitat, Drew. Yeah. He'd much rather fight a street fight like this than get involved with Mitch McConnell about the nuance and Paul Ryan about the nuances of which Obamacare really repeals, and he doesn't care about any of that. This is different. And on stuff like that, I've seen it with my own eyes. He just delegates that stuff to people that gets involved, and then he says, hey, come back to me when you give me what will help me, what gives me the winning solution. This is different, though. This is now where he's going to be directly involved. He's going to get his hands dirty. He's the godfather in the back room here with stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it'll be fascinating to see, because what's going on right now is not a vote count or an election, but an operation. That's what's occurring here. And I think he still has 50-50 odds that he's going to beat this because he doesn't care. And when the Republicans buckle and Chris Wallace puts them on Fox News on Sunday and tries to convince them that, the country has to move on, and they solemnly nod and say, yes, you're right. He's not going to give a rip, because here's the worst case scenario for Donald Trump. The worst case scenario for Donald Trump is he loses the most questionable election of all time, salts the earth on his way out, spends the next 2 months just going Michael Corleone at the end of The Godfather 2, settling scores and firing people and starting independent counsels on Joe Biden, just insults the earth on the way out, then calls his buddy Chris Ruddy over at Newsmax and says, hey, let's go take out Fox News for how they knifed me in Arizona on election night. That's the worst case scenario for him.
Yep.
He's not getting out of here with anything worse than that.
Yep.
So he doesn't care about a 2028 bid, or is he going to run for governor of his state next time, or will his consultants not be able to get jobs with other Republicans if they become so tainted as surrogates on the various networks? He doesn't care about any of that. He's going to the mattresses.
Yeah. Steve Deace joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Of course, you can check him out at the Blaze TV. He's got a great program. And as we were talking about what's going on right now and what is, obviously, it's been a coordinated operation. Dare I say the coordinated operation Plan B also might be the Senate. I don't know if I take anything for granted. I could see a whole lot of folks showing up in Georgia if it looks like Joe Biden's the president of the United States and it looks like the House stays the way it is. Obviously, it's going to, but then all of a sudden the Senate, there are some races in question. I can see a Part B operation, but putting that aside for just a second, let's stick with the A. What do you think is going to shake out now? What do the numbers look like in some of these areas that many people are looking at and saying, well, hold on a second. Arizona got called. I'm starting to see some things coming out. Michigan, what's going on in Michigan? What do you see happening now, and how could this play out possibly in Trump's favor?
I think the best case scenario for Trump to win is to win Arizona naturally, meaning just win the vote count, right. and not have to rely on any kind of a recount or court action. Because I think he's ultimately still going to win Georgia and North Carolina. So if he wins Arizona naturally, then you're looking at a situation where it's hand-to-hand combat for one of those Rust Belt states. Wisconsin is trying to tell you that it has 90% voter turnout across the state. Okay,
Steve, that's the kind of passion people have for Joe Biden.
The Minnesota numbers don't make any sense. They don't make any sense. The actual numbers in Minnesota are way overblew the exit polling. I know for a fact Joe Biden's people were losing their minds to MSNBC producers on election night that they were going to lose Minnesota, and then it didn't even look like it's contested. That to me looks like they just discovered a miraculous turnout model in a state, by the way, that couldn't stop its chief city from burning to the ground, yet somehow managed one of the greatest election models of all time. You look at what's going on in Michigan. What's funny is the Secretary of State's website there still lists Trump ahead by like 200,000 votes with all but 2 counties reporting. Yeah. Well, I can tell you what those 2 counties are, and right now they're trying to figure out how do we get to the vote totals we need to win. I was on Blaze TV last night with David Barton from Wall Builders, who is working really closely with the GOP right now. And everybody has seen that spike graph. I think that's in Michigan, where 139,000 votes were dropped, and they were all for Joe Biden.
Right.
Barton tells me that the GOP attorneys on the ground in Michigan are saying that a lot of those ballots just were for Joe Biden. Nobody voted in the Senate race. Nobody voted for anything else. That a lot of the ballots were just for Joe. And there was remember in your state, Drew, we had to have a recount because Nimrods in Palm Beach County accidentally voted for Pat Buchanan. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we remember.
So you mean to tell me 139,000 people all correctly voted and accurately in a row, no mistakes, and then a bunch of them didn't vote for any other office holder, as Joe Biden would say, come on, man, okay? and then there is Pennsylvania, which is a poop show with a sociopathic governor and a mentally ill health minister and an attorney general who is essentially a Marxist activist. And I've always been concerned the election was going to come down to that state, and it would make what happened in your state look like what happened in your state Tuesday night, where somehow you guys can have the most contested swing state in the country, the most expensive swing state in the country, but your governor doesn't take any crap.
Yep.
Your governor cleans these people out. Your governor's like, we're not playing that game here. And so somehow they get a turnout model in a bunch of states that Trump already won before, and that they can't pull off in Florida, where the average election margin in the last 7 presidential elections until this year was just 2.5 points.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense. And that's because what's going on here is a coup.
Yeah. I agree on so many levels with everything that you're saying, and then some. And I'm certainly concerned how this ends up, only because it almost feels like, and I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, it feels for the left like a win-win situation. They either win because they get Joe Biden fraudulently, or they win because if it's contested and it comes out that Trump is reelected 4 more years, it's anarchy on the streets, and now they have an open excuse to start doing some of the things that they tried to do over the summer that we witnessed. Now in a completely different atmosphere, with more people off the sidelines coming into the game that are going to make this out to be something bigger, and I fear that's almost part of the plan. Does that make sense?
Yes, but the same's going to hold true on the other side. There's no way Joe Biden's going to be treated as a legit. You're watching the breakup of a country unless you see revival. I mean, there's not enough that holds us together as a people, and so they're totally fine with that. Though these hard leftists are, because I think they want to drag the country into divorce. I think they want to drag the country into civil war because they want to get rid of what's left of traditional Americana. That's the goal here, and the Democratic Party has cynically played footsie and winks and nods with these people for a generation since the 60s, thinking that they would help them get political power by destabilizing their opposition who's just afraid to be called names. Well, now the problem is a new generation of these people have now taken over. And this isn't just about political power to win elections. This is about cultural, radical, revolutionary transformation now. And so the Democratic Party can't put that genie back in the bottle. And if Joe Biden ends up getting sworn in January, it'll be fascinating to see him try. He will not be able to do it because he doesn't remember his name even most days. And so the cat is out of the bag now. And that's why so many people have turned to Trump here, because they recognize the traditional political system won't stand up to this. Either can't or won't. And they're not really sure what the answer is. Maybe don't have what it takes, or they're just not willing to. Yep. And they saw a guy that was financially independent, that maybe had the wherewithal to say, I don't owe anybody anything, so I'll stand up to it. And I think this is kind of a degree all-in moment for the culture. I think this is the biggest moment we've had since 9/11 this entire year. And frankly, I think it might be it could end up being bigger than that, because that was at least a moment for a few months after it occurred. That was really the last time the country came together on something.
Yeah.
All right. We've got a bunch of people in America driving around in their damn cars by themselves, wearing masks, believing there's an airborne Captain Trips contagion going on that has even for the worst age group in America, seniors with major pre-existing conditions, a 94.6% recovery rate, and for everybody else in America, at least a 98% recovery rate. And it's just because, Drew, they want to believe it's a plague. They want it. They want to believe that Donald Trump is responsible for threatening their lives because it lines up with their pagan religious identity, their political cult. And that's what we're up against here. And so think Jehovah's Witnesses times Lyndon LaRouche times a million. That's what you're up against. They're just going to keep coming and knocking on your door and never go away unless you make them go away.
Yeah. And that's why, for the longest time, I've never been personally afraid of the fight. I'm not afraid of the fight on a religious level. I'm not afraid of the fight on a political level. I'm up for both. I'm up for not just the discussion, but to really go after it and call it out for what it is. I don't fear any of it because I know how concrete I am in my faith, and I know where I stand, and I know what's right and where is right, and I know who wins at the end. And so with all of that being said, I am prayerful and hopeful that this fight does not stop here with this president, and politically speaking, that we're looking at this into the future and we're not acquiescing. We're not just going to sit and say, we just want to get along with you, and so we will acquiesce to whatever it is and whatever whim and will you have, as opposed to being willing to stop it. To speak truth to
I have good news for you. That's not going to happen, brother. Here's why. Let me bring you glad tidings of great joy this morning.
Please do.
That complacency that you're afraid of can't happen, but that's the good news. That's not going to happen, but here's the bad news, brother.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen because the other side's not going to permit that. They don't want normal.
Yeah.
That's not the leftist driving the Democratic Party, the spirit of the age. It disdains the fact that we had a system where we could slit each other's throats metaphorically through elections, and then for the next few years set it aside and have cookouts and Little League games and root for our football teams. They hate that normalcy. They hate it.
Yep.
They want to end it. That's why they're invading your sporting events. That's why they're taking over your every enclave that you would go to. You can't take your kid to the library without drag queen storytime hour. They want no safe spaces, all right? None. There are no places anymore where you can go and just enjoy normalcy. They want to take that away from you. They're now where they've always wanted to be, in your friggin' face. That's what they want. So our people, you're right, are inclined. Dude, I'm as much of a fighter as anybody. I'm on day 3 of this here. My wife had to fly back home last night, so I had to stay another day in Dallas with the Blaze by myself. I'm exhausted from this. I've done 3 straight 14-hour days. I want to go home, man, and fire up NCAA 14 because they won't renew the damn game with the 2020 rosters and just chill out for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Right.
But the problem is the war keeps coming to my door. We're not going to be able to do what you want, what you're afraid of, Drew. They're not going to let us. They want this to happen. They want existential conflict every single night. See, the great lie here is that Trump instigated all of this. And if you make Trump go away, a bunch of fools that lives in our suburbs and whose first names are Karens think if you just make Trump and his tweets go away, that this will all just return to that normalcy we had before, and we can enjoy our Subarus and our cul-de-sacs with our stupid coexist bumper stickers. The exact opposite is true. Trump did not instigate this. He's the result of it. They're now where they've always wanted to be, in your face. And if you think they're going to crawl back into their spider holes under a President Biden, you got another thing coming, Sister Karen, because you opened the gate and let the Trojan horse in. And now the back door is coming open. Enjoy your motherlode. You voted for it. You paid for it. You earned your reward in full. Choke on it.
Steve Deace, everybody. I love this man. Blaze TV, check him out. He's got a fantastic program, and listen, I appreciate a few minutes. Through all this craziness, listen, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, and I hope we get the chance to speak soon. All right, all the best.
Thank you, Drew. Take care.
We'll see you. 239-479-5592. Leave it there. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Blah, 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 blah.
Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Trust.
Breaking news as we begin
tonight. You can always
tonight.
trust Wink News for the latest information.
Weather is the news tonight.
It can't be bought. It can only be earned.
In Fort Myers, Wink News now.
Over the past 65 years, as a local news leader, Wink has worked hard to achieve your trust. We're family owned. We're invested in Southwest Florida. We live here. We raise our families here. We are part of the community we serve. That's how we've built your trust. Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
We've got mail. It's your mail, you guys.
We're opening up Rachel's mailbag.
How can he groom his beard? Oh my goodness.
And answering all your questions.
I'm going to use a box color.
From a Zoom groom with the king of Quaff, Kyan Douglas.
I wanted you to check out John's beard.
To saving bucks on the 2 biggest monthly bills.
You can save hundreds of dollars a month.
Plus, clean out your fridge with the heartiest of soups. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Hey guys, Dr. Amy here, your favorite chiropractor. We're back for your daily dose of Did You Know Chiropractic can help with that. This week's theme is energy and sleep. And right now, a lot of people are dealing with massive amounts of stress and anxiety. And when that happens, it will actually cause specifically the top part of your neck to go out of alignment. That is a stress response in your spine. So when you're feeling stressed or anxious about maybe what's going on in the world today, that can actually cause your spine to go out of position. And specifically at the very top, that bone surrounds and protects the part of your brain that controls your circadian rhythm and your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep and get quality sleep. So if that's you, you're out there and you're dealing with a ton of stress and a ton of anxiety, and you want to know if there's anything to do naturally to be able to fix it, it could be as simple as getting your spine adjusted. Call us at 239-628-4899, and always remember, your power is on.
Hiring can be challenging, but ZipRecruiter makes it fast and easy. We talked to Monica Starks, who needed to hire for a pivotal role at her company, GS Group.
As the owner of a construction company, finding the right people is a very difficult task. So I use ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology identifies the right people for your job and actively invites them to apply, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. Monica did, and that's how she found Lamont, her new project superintendent.
The job is so perfect for me. I had a career breakthrough. I would have never found this job if it wasn't for ZipRecruiter.
With ZipRecruiter, we've hired everyone from accountants to project managers to field scientists. With ZipRecruiter, we get hiring results.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. Our everyday low price is posted on every RV. Top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. From sporty Mercedes-powered motorhomes to luxury diesel pushers, every RV in stock is discounted. If you've been thinking about the RV lifestyle, think La Mesa RV. I-75 at Luckett Road in Fort Myers or LaMesaRV.com.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Corey Lazar with Wink News. All of Southwest Florida's counties are gearing up for rain and wind from Tropical Depression Ada. We saw 3 tree trimmers cutting palm fronds in Lee County. Crews are cleaning out the swales as well. Road crews are making drainage improvements to Collier County neighborhoods that flood often during storms. And homeowners are asked to check your ditches and your drainage gates on your property for any debris. A 14-year-old boy is dead and his 16-year-old sister is in the hospital after a crash in Alva Wednesday afternoon. FHP troopers say the 16-year-old driver was trying to make a left turn from Palm Beach Boulevard onto Broadway Street when they ended up in the pathway of a box truck. You'll have to wear a face mask inside Punta Gorda businesses and city buildings through next spring. City Council voted unanimously to extend its face covering ordinance through the end of April, but a state order prevents local governments from enforcing face mask rules. Cities and businesses can still require them, but no one can fine you for not wearing one. Still, no decision on who will be our next president. Joe Biden leads with about 50% of the popular vote to President Trump's 48%. Right now, according to the Associated Press, Biden has 264 Electoral College votes. President Donald Trump has 214. Gunshots ring out in a quiet neighborhood. This happened near the 1100 block of Andalusia Boulevard in Cape Coral. Police say shots were fired into a home. They say no one was hurt. We're still working to find out if anybody was arrested. More holiday traditions canceled. The city of Naples says they are saddened to take the actions to cancel both the Christmas parade and New Year's Eve fireworks, but it's out of an abundance of caution because of COVID-19. Cape Coral has also announced it's canceling their Christmas tree lighting and New Year's Eve fireworks. Lee County has yet to make their decision. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A crash at Immokalee Road and Collier Boulevard caused a down power line, so it's shutting down the intersection. Traffic backed up for miles on Immokalee Road, heading out of Ave Maria and Immokalee. Avoid this area. Stick to Wilson, head southbound on Wilson to Golden Gate, and then take Golden Gate to 951. If you're heading towards Immokalee Road, avoid 951 as well. Logan Boulevard is still up to speed. There's a crash as well at Thomason Drive and Rattlesnake Hammock with westbound delays to Bayshore, and at a creep and crawl on Corkscrew Road if you're heading out of Bellaterra towards I-75. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a chance for some quick spotty rain as it would be coming in from the east and pushing west. A little bit more humidity. Temperatures bumped up with a combination of clouds and sunshine with highs in the mid-80s. Also a chance of rain as we hit Friday and the weekend. Breezy to windy as temperatures remain in the 80s. And then Monday, Tuesday, we watch the progress of Ada. How close, how far away does it get? Those models are still going to be ironing things out over the next several days, but Wink News will keep you posted. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hey, Mom, I'm here to drive you to your doctor's appointment.
Oh, we finished early.
What do you mean?
With my Humana Medicare Advantage plan, telehealth appointments with my doctor are covered.
Wow, that's great.
Well, that's human care for you. Humana wants its members to get the care they need, even at home.
Humana offers new ways to focus on your health at home. Because Humana isn't just health care, it's human care. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO, PPO, and PFFS organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Southwest Florida is open for business and ready to welcome the 48th Annual Fort Myers Boat Show, November 12th through the 15th. 48 years in downtown on the Caloosahatchee, showcasing the very best in boats and boating products. Stretching along the river from Centennial Park to the newly opened Calusa Sound Convention Center and the City Yacht Basin, it's the most complete showing of boats, boating products, and all things marine. See, compare, and buy everything that's new in boating. From skiffs to fishing boats to cruising boats to luxury yachts, there's a boat for everyone, plus all the gear and gadgets boaters love. Take a break at a variety of downtown bars and restaurants, including the beautiful new Luminary Hotel that overlooks the show. There's plenty of room to stroll around in comfort, and they're ready to assist visitors to maintain social distancing and safety standards to make your day at the show safe and enjoyable. Don't miss boating's biggest showcase, the Fort Myers Boat Show, November 12th to the 15th. Visit FortMyersBoatShow.com for tickets and complete details.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. There we are. Look at me with my ugly pink shirt. Okay, whatever. I'm still making fun of my shirt. Stop it. Coming up, we do the thing. You know what the thing is, whatever's on your mind. It's opening up phones right up until the end of the program. We do the thing each and every day. It's your chance to just chime in on whatever your thing is. We're going to have that coming up first. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. I believe he won that margin, that batch by about 18 percentage points. So that puts him there. That puts him there in that batch. If that continued, which we obviously don't know if it would, but if it continued in that pace, he would be on the track.
So if the president continues to perform the way he is right now with each batch, he would meet and beat Biden's lead.
At least meet.
Wait, I have to go to CNN to find out that Arizona's in play? That there is Fredo's program from last night making the case that, hey, if everything keeps going the way it's going in Arizona and the numbers keep coming in the way they're coming in, Donald Trump's going to win the state of Arizona. Hey, can you guys get a hold of some of the other media outlets that are out there and maybe to not make the call for Biden in Arizona so quick? Maybe we might want to change that, and we might want to look at some other states too. What do you say?
Number 4.
Yeah, so let's be clear about what this is really regarding. Joe Biden said in his press conference today that he wants all votes to count. That sounds great. The Democrats want all votes to count. Who doesn't want that? But notice the sleight of hand, the key word that they're leaving out in their narrative: legal. Legitimate. We want all legal, legitimate votes to count. So by the Democrats spinning this narrative and saying that they want all votes to count, that includes duplicate votes, illegal votes. It includes spoiled votes. It includes all votes that come in after the deadline. It includes all manner of unconstitutional ballot counting.
That is our good friend Jenna Ellis, who was on with Tucker last night, talking about count every vote. You know, they're burning trash bins, and they're looting and smashing windows in places like Portland and New York City and Philadelphia because they want to count every vote. And Jen is making the case, well, hold on a second. We want to count every vote, every legal, legitimate vote. Big difference between what we want and what they want.
Number 3.
Because they signed in when they showed up this morning. And if they didn't sign out, it's too bad. They don't have enough GOP people in there, and they won't let us in. I stood out there for 2 hours, an hour and a half, won't let anybody in. Even flash the attorney card, doesn't matter. They're not letting anybody in. It's complete nonsense. They're boarding up the glass windows where you can see what's going on in there when people start filming. It is a complete nightmare. It's a complete sham.
It's a complete sham. What is going on? That's Detroit, everybody. A complete sham where they're trying to see and watch the ballots being counted. and to have a poll worker, somebody who is a GOP poll worker there, who would like to be able to watch as they're being counted. But no, they won't let them in. As a matter of fact, they're escorting GOP poll workers out. They're not allowing Republicans to be able to witness what is being counted. And they're even boarding up. They're putting things over windows. They're putting up these white big boards over the windows there in Detroit as they're counting these ballots, not allowing anybody with anything, cameras or anything, to be able to see what's going on there. It's almost as if they're trying to, well, you can fill in the blank.
Number 2.
20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 100 years of one-party rule leads to corruption of all kinds. Voter fraud is one of the biggest because that's how you keep your power. But we're not going to let them get away with it. They're not going to steal this election. This election gets decided by the people.
It's decided by the people. Rudy Giuliani yesterday in Pennsylvania, along with Eric Trump and the legal team, talking about, listen, we're going by legal means now. We have the reasons to do it when it comes to places like Pennsylvania. And in Michigan, Wisconsin, there are going to be legal challenges. So get ready. Buckle up, everybody. I wonder how many other Republicans would be doing what Donald Trump is doing and fighting against what is going on with the establishment, with liberals, with the swamp, with everybody else. You know the answer to that, too.
Number 1.
Family stealing the election. The media's covering it up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering it up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering it up. We want our freedom for the world. Give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's covering up this election. He's stealing it.
And off he goes. Apparently a star was born yesterday as a Trump supporter wearing a barbecue, beer, and freedom T-shirt. Became an overnight celebrity, interrupting a live on-air election update from the Clark County, Nevada officials on Wednesday to share his thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
239-479-5592. What are you thinking right now as we get to the thing, your thing? What's your thing today? We need to know. We're taking your calls right now. 239-479-5592 for the thing.
You know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing.
All right, it's the thing. It's your phone calls. We go live to your calls right now with Robert in Naples. What's your thing here today, Robert? What's your thoughts?
Hey, Drew, I think you need to start looking at these things a little differently. I've seen this movie before. I've been through a communist takeover, and we need to kind of find other leadership besides Donald Trump. A lot of what's going on, sadly, is self-inflicted by Donald Trump.
Wait. Okay. All right, so you're going to make the case now that the reason why Democrats are doing what they're doing with this election, why they tried this in 2016 in a completely different way, a Trump-Russia collusion hoax, impeachment on a phone call to Ukraine, when we come to find out that it's actually Joe Biden and the connection Ukraine with Hunter Biden and some of the money skimmed off the top, 10% for the big guy. This is self-inflicted by Donald Trump.
Yes, because he spent more time and more effort tweeting and doing nothing. When you have a communist left-wing opposition, you better be forceful and you better be definite. And when he, instead of talking about these little chants, lock her up, if he had his Justice Department, even if he had to fire every person there, he should have brought somebody in who would indict her. If any of these leaders from the left would get an indictment that would cost them millions of dollars to defend, they would think twice about doing it because they care more about their own interests than they care about anything else. And yes, a lot of this, I make the case, is self-inflicted by a lack of action and a abundance of inappropriate action that basically alienated a lot of his followers.
239-479-5592. There's Robert in Naples. I have no idea where. Really? Is that what you honestly? Okay. Barbara's in Naples. Barbara, you want to comment on what Robert just said, or you've got something else on your mind? What's your thing here?
I've got something else on my mind that's going to probably come across really awful, and people aren't going to understand what I'm saying, or maybe they will.
Oh gosh! So, well, all right. So that's good. Following up after what Robert just said. Go ahead.
I'm all for segregation now. I want to segregate between political parties. You can have your North, and I'll take my South. And anybody who believes the same way can stay in the South. Because I'll tell you what, my street had 4 houses for rent, and everybody from up north came down, all have Biden signs out front. They're all renting. One of the families is renting from Maryland because they didn't want to, they wanted their daughter to be able to go to school and get the special needs help she needed. That's why they came here. They didn't want to have her wear a mask all the time. But they they sure enough have a big Biden sign in their front yard.
All right,
I'm tired of...
So I just want to clarify here, Barbara. Your suggestion is you're fed up with the politics of the left and right and how we have people that are coming into Southwest Florida who are bringing their politics with them. They're here and they're affecting our streets and our way of life and our elections. And you all need to stay I guess what we want to do is we'll have certain states that only liberals will live in and certain states that only conservatives will live in.
Absolutely. I want a wall. I want a wall.
What do you want? A wall? You want a wall around Florida?
Here.
Okay.
Yeah, I want a wall over here. You know, we are getting more and more violence in Naples. We had a guy shooting in the cars, last week? The week before that, a guy was found dead in River Reach Apartments. The week before that, someone was stabbed in the apartments. Guy beat up a girl at the Naples Coast and Mall. There's no coincidence. So it needs to stop. And I like where I moved here from Pennsylvania to get away from that mentality 30 years ago.
I gotcha. All right, Barbara, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. So Barbara's upset about the uptick in crime in places like Naples. See, I guess is that Barbara equating crime with liberalism? Is that seems, I don't know, maybe that. Well, this is an interesting thing today, 239-479-5592. All right, here's Frank. Frank's in Fort Myers. Wanted to comment on the last.
How are you?
Oh, hey, Frank.
How you doing today?
I'm good.
But yeah, Barbara's half right. The gentleman before her was saying Trump should have did more. He should have. Trump was green as far as policies and procedures when it comes to politics. Everybody, he should have. He didn't stand a chance. It started when he put his name in, before he went down that escalator. They had him in their sights, and that's it. Now they got him. They did everything they possibly could. The Russian collusion was nonsense. Nothing happened to anybody who went after him. The Ukraine phone call, Lieutenant Colonel, what's his name?
Vidman.
Whatever. He resigned. Everybody found out he was full of beans. The list is go and see. Trump brought a lot of it on himself because of Trump being the way he is. But the guy's an animal. It's either you love him or you hate him. And let me tell you something. He loves this country, and I feel terrible that looks apparently like he's not going to be our president for a second term. Now we're going to have a guy who kneels down with a mask. That's real leadership, isn't it?
Oh, well.
Let me kneel down and give in to these people who use the mob mentality. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry. I'm a little excited.
No, listen, it's okay, Frank. It's all right. You sound like most of my relatives up north. In Louisiana? Is that accent? Is that where that's from? I joke. I kid, Frank. I kid. I could pick up the phone right now and call any of my relatives, and it's your voice on the other. It's your accent on the other line, and talking the same way to me, where I'm kind of like. And then the phone call's over, and it's like, hey, it was a great conversation. No, I understand. It's your passion, and I get it, Frank. I totally get it. I understand. And it's frustrating, and thanks for the call. I always appreciate it. 239-479-5592. And Frank's frustration is the frustration of many, which is, number one, if Donald Trump were not around to fight, it would be more acquiescing. It would be more sitting down and grabbing our ball and going home and saying, oh, I guess we lost the election. That stinks. Media told us that Biden's won every single state except for one. So Florida's the only one that Trump won. Oh, gosh, all right. And we would believe in it. We would take it because we just all want to get along. We don't want to fight with anybody. course, the left wants to fight all day long because that's what they do, and that's what they will continue to do, to Steve Deace's point, who was on with us just a little while ago. They're not going to stop. And in turn, neither should you. Stop in terms of the political fight. It's not going to end. It's not even going to end here in Southwest Florida. It's not even going to end here in certain counties, in certain municipalities. I mean, here we're dealing with, for example, I mean, maybe this is a leap and a stretch, and I'll go there anyway because I've been frustrated by the news report each and every half-hour break when I hear that now Collier County, no Christmas parade, no New Year's Eve celebration. We can't do anything like that. All of that is out now because, we got to keep the public safe. It wouldn't be right. Well, here's an idea. How about you still do it and then let us decide whether or not we feel like it's safe? How about you let the people decide whether they want to show up or not? Or are they not smart enough to make that decision on their own? Maybe they realize what their risk is and is not, and let them be the ones to decide. What are you worried about? Where's your evidence that we need to be concerned about, for example, masking up in Punta Gorda? We got to do that for another 6 months. In Collier County, another 6 months. Where's your mask evidence that that's going to help? Sorry, get me started. But sooner or later, we got personal responsibility in here, right? Sooner or later, we all have to make our own decisions as to how our life is going to work and whether or not we have to live in fear every second of the day. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done living in fear every single second of the day. I'll make the decisions. I'll decide whether or not where I should go, and you can sit back. I won't hold you responsible. I did it, not you. Can I have the tree now? Can we do that? Let's find out what's going on with the remainder of the forecast. Week News meteorologist Matt Devitt has it.
For today, 85 degrees with a chance for some spotty rain, combination of clouds and sunshine, breezy. Then into next